dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín tí ẹ mú wa rí ọjọ́ ìní. A gbé ara wa àti àwọn ẹbí wa lé yín lọ́wọ́ fún ìdáàbòbò yín. Gbogbo rògbòdìyàn àti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà, ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́mọgbọ́mọ, ọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní, ọ̀rọ̀ armed robbers. Olúwa Ọlọ́run, bàbá má jẹ́ kí ó kàn ẹnì kankan ní ẹbí wa. Má jẹ́ kí a gbọ́ ìròyìn búburú nípa ẹbí wa. Gbogbo èdè àìyedè tí ó ń lọ ní ìlú wa, bàbá bá wa dá sí i. Kí ẹ sì bá wa tún ìlú wa ṣe. Àwọn tí ó wà ní ìjọba Ọlọ́run, ẹ là wọ́n lójú. Ẹ sì yí ọkàn wọn padà. Wọ́n lè jẹ́ olórí tí ó jọba gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlànà òfin rẹ. Kí ẹ sì jẹ́ kí àlàáfíà tún padà sí ìlú wa Nàìjíríà. A tún gbàdúrà fún gbogbo àgbáyé tí ogun ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Jẹ́ kí àlàáfíà padà sí orílẹ̀-èdè wọ̀nyí. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè, a fi ìpàdé yìí lé yín lọ́wọ́. A sì bẹ̀ yín kí ẹ bá wa dá sí i sórí ètò náà. Gbogbo nǹkan tí a máa gbọ́, tí a máa jíròrò lé lórí lénìí, jẹ́ kí ó fún wa ní ìmọ̀ àti òye. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè, ẹ jẹ́ kí a kó èrè oko délé. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí a pàdánù. Ẹ gba ọpẹ́ àti ìyìn wa ní orúkọ Jésù ní a gbàdúrà. Àmín o.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá wa. Máa pe òjíṣẹ́ ṣàjálẹ̀ kán gbàdúrà fún wa ní ti abínibí. Òjíṣẹ́ ṣẹ̀dálẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun alàgbà, ṣé ẹ ń gbọ́ mi?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
Kú ìkàlẹ̀ gbogbo lé o. Lọ́la ẹni tó ní odù tó ní Òṣùmàrè tí a pè ní Olódùmarè. Ojúbà gbogbo àwọn ọ̀nilẹ̀, àwọn àgbà ìrékọjá, olúgbọ́n, àrẹ̀sà, alákétu. Mo fi ọlá wọn tọrọ láti júbà gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà tí ń bẹ lórígun mẹ́rin àgbáyé àti gbogbo àgbààgbà tí ń bẹ ní ìkàlẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ tòní tí wọ́n fún òjíṣẹ́ ní àǹfààní àti ṣe àwúre. Ewé kan bẹ tí ìran Yorùbá ń pè ní tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn. Tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn ọ̀hún ó fi dídùn lójú ṣẹ̀wá ní iṣẹ́ alájẹ ìpọnú lábí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wíbẹ̀ tí ń bẹ ńlẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òjìrè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn ọ̀hún á dífá fún wípé ńṣe ní fi omi ọ̀rọ̀ ó ń pọn fún olókun, ìyẹn olókun tó lajé. Olókun tó lajé ọ̀hún, olókun mi ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ afọkọ́yẹrí tí ó mẹni tí ó tẹ̀wọ̀n jìnnà ni. Á dífá fún tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn, tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn tí odò tí pọn omi ọ̀rọ̀ fólókun. Kí wá ni a ṣe ń pe tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn ní ewé tí ń pọn omi ọ̀rọ̀? Nítorí ìpínpíníṣí ni omi tí tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn ń pọn. Tí a bá fi ewé sísun tòjò tẹ̀rùn pé ajangbala dùgbù omi tí ṣe ti olókun. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn àgbà wọ́n ti fi yé wa wípé ẹ̀mí ìmoore òun ni tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn. Òun fi ń hàn fún ajangbala dùgbù omi tí ń ṣe tolókun. Gbogbo àwa tí a wà ní orí afọ́nrán yìí, nítorí ọlá àwọn àgbà ìrékọjá tí a ti dárúkọ, olúgbọ́n, àrẹ̀sà, tí a ti jẹ ọlá wọn lórí ilẹ̀ ìpẹ̀, òun ni a ṣe ń fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn, ẹ̀mí ìmoore ọ̀hún. Nítorí àwọn tí ó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn kí wọ́n bá lè jẹ ọrọ̀ ohun tí àwọn àgbà ìrékọjá tí wọ́n ti ṣe síwájú ni. Nítorí náà láyé á fi tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀gùn ọ̀hún ṣe àpẹẹrẹ àwúre ti ọjọ́ tòní. Wípé ẹ̀mí ìmoore tí a fi ń hàn ní ọjọ́ ti tòní kí ó jẹ́ ohun tí ó máa buyì fún wa. Ìbùkún láti ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ìlà oòrùn, gúúsù àti àríwá tí ó jẹ́ ti gbogbo wa. Fún àwọn ọmọ wa náà tí wọ́n ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn wa ọ̀la, tí a ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo akitiyan yìí, tí a ṣe ń gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tí a gbé yìí, kí àwọn náà kí Elédùmarè kí ó ràn wọ́n ṣe láti jẹ ọrọ̀ gbogbo ìgbìyànjú wa ti ọjọ́ ti tòní. Kí gbogbo irúnmọlẹ̀, kí Èdùmàrè tó ṣẹ̀dá gbogbo irúnmọlẹ̀ àti àwọn ọ̀nilẹ̀, àwọn àgbà ìrékọjá, wọ́n bá wa fi àṣẹ sí àwúre wa ti ọjọ́ ti tòní. Ẹ sọ pé àṣẹ o.
Àṣẹ.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Àṣẹ. Òjíṣẹ́ ṣẹ̀dálẹ̀, ẹ ṣeun. A máa dùn lẹ́nu yín o. Ẹ máa rí sọ, ẹ máa rí wí. alàgbà Lukman ẹ jẹ́ fún wa ní àdúrà ní ti mùsùlùmí. Alàgbà Lukman Moham. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi, alàgbà Lukman? Mo rí ṣé tí wà mute sir.
Okay, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi báyìí?
Mo ti àti gbọ́ yín sìn, ẹ ṣeun.
A dúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba àjọkẹ́ ayé, àṣàkẹ́ ayé, ọba tó jẹ́ pé òun ni ọba tí ó ti ń bẹ ṣáájú kí gbogbo nǹkan kó tó máa bẹ. Ọba náà ni ọba tí a dúpẹ́ fún. Àlékún kẹ́, àlékún gẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn tó ti ré kọjá ní òjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ọba, àwọn ànábì rẹ̀ ní ti ìlànà mùsùlùmí àti ní ìlànà ti kìrìsìtẹ́nì, àtàwọn ànábì rẹ̀ ní ìlànà ti ìṣẹ̀ṣe, torí pé nílẹ̀ wa òjíṣẹ́ ni bàbá wa Oòduà jẹ́. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, a dúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ wa, tí wọ́n dúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa sílẹ̀ tí a fi ń jẹ́ èèyàn ní òní, látòrí àwọn baba ńlá baba wa, àwọn ìyá wa, dórí àwọn tí a mọ̀ tó bí wa ní òní. Ọlọ́run ọba èyí tí a dáwọ́lé yìí, Ọlọ́run má ṣáà jẹ́ kó yọrí sí rere. Ọlọ́run má ṣáà jẹ́ kó yọrí sí rere. Ọlọ́run ọ̀wọ̀ ni ọba tí ó máa ń bá ní tu ọkọ̀ ohun gbogbo. Ọkọ̀ eléyìí wá bá wa tù ú débi tó dáa, wá bá wa tù ú síbi ìyọrí ògo ìbútí àjọ. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ á mọ̀ ní ìbálẹ́jọ́ ọbú, jẹ́ á mọ̀ sí pé àbá ti mọ̀ kí eléyìí ó ti pẹ́ lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ tí a ti ń bá a bọ̀ ni. Wọlá àjọkàn tó rẹ, wọlá bíbí, wọlá afẹ́fẹ́ tí gbogbo wa ń mí sí mú, òòrùn tá ń gbà sára, omi tá ń gbà sára, orí ilẹ̀ tí à ń tẹ̀ torí pé a ní agbára kan. Ìwọ Ọlọ́run ni ọba tó ní agbára tí a kó gbogbo nǹkan yìí lé lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run má ṣàgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa. Wọlá ibi ànábì wa Muhammad, wọlá la hawla wọlá quwwata illa billahi aliyyil azim. Gbogbo yín náà tẹ́ wá jẹ́ ẹ̀yin bàbá fún wa tí ẹ bẹ̀ ní orí ètò ní òní. Ọlọ́run má kánjú pa yín o. Àwa tá a jẹ́ ọmọ náà lẹ́yìn yín, Ọlọ́run ò má jà wá lẹ́yìn yín. Wọlá ibi ànábì wa Muhammad. Ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí àwa ń tọrọ fún, tá ń béèrè fún, Ọlọ́run má ṣàmú wa débẹ̀. Wọlá la hawla wọlá quwwata illa billahi aliyyil azim. Ọlọ́run ó gbà o.
Àṣẹ. Alàgbà Lukman, ẹ ṣeun gidi. Olúwa máa gbàdúrà wa. À ń tẹ̀síwájú láti kọ orin ìbílẹ̀ wa, orin Yorùbá. Ẹ máa bá wa bá lọ. Ẹ ṣeun. Láti máa tẹ̀síwájú, máa pe alága ìgbìmọ̀ àpérò kí wọ́n là wá lóye. Kí nìdí? Kí la rí lọ́wọ́? Kí la rí lọ́bẹ̀ tá a fi wá rọ́ sọ́wọ́ nípa àríjọ̀rọ̀ àpérò? Kí wọ́n sọ fún wa ibo la ti ń bọ̀, ibo la ń lọ, ibo la dé. Alàgbà Gbádégẹṣin, ọ̀pọ̀ sùkàn yín sà. Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣé ọ̀mọ̀wé Fámúyídé. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn wa tí wọ́n ti bá wa péjọ sórí àpérò lónìí. Mo gbàdúrà pé àpérò wa yóò yọrí sí rere. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀mọ̀wé Fámúyìdé sọ, ọ̀rọ̀ ló bá Mokomoro wá. Ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ní àríwá ti Amẹ́ríkà ló ti agbátẹrù àpérò ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko. Kì í ṣe ẹyọ ẹnìkan ló ṣe agbátẹrù àpérò. Ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọdún 1994 tí ó pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ṣe ìjìjàgbara nígbà tí àwọn aláṣẹ ológun tí wọ́n dojú ìjà ka ilẹ̀ wa tí wọ́n ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá yìí ó pẹ̀lú àwọn tó jìjàgbara kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn ológun. Wọ́n rò pé ń lọ nílẹ̀ wa.
Mi sà gbọ́yìn sà.
Ìgbà kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní àwòkọ́ṣe nínú gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè ní ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà. Kí ló dé tájọ́ àjórẹ̀yìn? A mọ̀ pé kì í ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan ló ní wàhálà lákòókò yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀ la wò. Ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀ a ga jù wọ́n lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olóyè Ògúndé ṣe bá wa sọ. A lè fojú wò ká máa fojú rí kílẹ̀ wa ó bàjẹ́, kílẹ̀ wa ó dàrú. Òun ni ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe agbátẹrù àpérò pé kí la ti máa ṣe, ibo la máa lọ. A mọ̀ pé ó sàn fún wa kí nǹkan dára, ó sàn fún àwọn ọmọ wa. Àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe agbátẹrù yìí wọ́n jẹ àǹfààní lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ nígbà ayé Awólọ́wọ̀, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ló jẹ àǹfààní. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ wa yẹ kó jẹ àǹfààní jù wá lọ. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? A mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní èrò tí àwọn èèyàn ń gbà. Àwọn kan sọ pé restructuring ló yẹ ká ṣe fúnlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Àwọn kan ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ pé Yorùbá nation la nílò. Àṣolódì ẹnikẹ́ni. Yorùbá nation tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn, ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan kan la fẹ́ jẹ kó tó di parí Yorùbá nation. Àwọn ọmọ wa ń di cultist báyìí. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe nípa wọn? Àwọn àgbà wa tí wọ́n rìtáyà tí wọn ò rówó jẹun, kí la fẹ́ ṣe nípa wọn kó tó di pé a gba Yorùbá nation? Àwọn tó ń lálàṣí káàkiri ilẹ̀ wa, kí la fẹ́ ṣe nípa wọn? Gbogbo eléyìí ló mú àpérò wáyé. Ọ̀rọ̀ security ti wáyé lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà lórí àpérò láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́rin tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ààbò ilẹ̀ wa ó jẹ wá lógún. A sì ti bá àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, a ti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, wọn ò tí ì ráyè ní, ṣùgbọ́n wọn ó wá sórí àpérò láìpẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan fún wa pé ẹ má jẹ́ ká jẹ́ bí adìẹ, bí pẹ́pẹ́yẹ ni kẹ́ jẹ́ ká jẹ́. Pẹ́pẹ́yẹ tí àṣá bá gbé ọmọ ẹ̀ ńṣe ló ń dákẹ́ nítorí pé ó mọ̀ pé yóò fún àṣá lọ́rùn. Ọmọ pẹ́pẹ́yẹ ó fún àṣá lọ́rùn. Ṣùgbọ́n adìẹ, ariwo rẹ̀ kò jẹ́ kí ó sèfù àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀. Ariwo tá a lè pa kò gbé wa níjà. Ká dákẹ́, ká ronú, ká ṣàpérò ní kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá wa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò wa ó sàn wá ju ká máa pariwo ẹ̀ síta lọ. Torí àwọn tá à ń bá lò wọ́n ń lo strategy tiwọn, ó sì ní nǹkan tí wọ́n ń rò. Tí wọ́n bá ń gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ lórí afẹ́fẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ nípa ààbò, nǹkan tó lè bẹ́yìn ẹ̀ yọ àmọ́. So mo fẹ́ fèyí sí wa lọ́wọ́ pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò ètò wa kò lè jẹ́ ní gbangba. Kọ́lọ́run kó fún wa ṣe. Now, a ní ìkùnsínú sí ẹnikẹ́ni. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, àpérò ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ti North America pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ń ṣe náà gbé kalẹ̀. Kò sí ìhónú sí ẹnikẹ́ni, kò sí ìhónú sí ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́. Àwọn ènìyàn nínú ẹgbẹ́ tó kù wọ́n ń bọ̀ wá sórí àpérò láti wá sọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́. Kí ni àfojúsùn àpérò? Ìtẹ̀síwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. Kókó nǹkan tí a fẹ́ gbé yọ nìyẹn. Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ 4 sẹ́yìn, a gbọ́ nípa ètò ẹ̀kọ́. A ti rí ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́ nípa àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe nípa ètò ẹ̀kọ́. Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ 3 sẹ́yìn, a gbọ́ nípa ìlera. A ti rí ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́ nípa àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe nípa ìlera. Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá, a kọ́ nípa sọ̀gbẹ́dìgboro, rural development. A ti rí ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́ nípa àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe. Now, àwọn míì ń béèrè pé okay, ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí àwọn gómìnà dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ ṣe gbé wọn wá. Gbogbo again, mo fẹ́ sọ pé kì í ṣe gbogbo aṣọ là ń sá lóòrùn. Gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tá a ti rí kọ́ à ń kó wọn jọ. A ó sì ṣe iṣẹ́ lórí wọn. Èyí tó bá kan àwọn gómìnà, a bá wọn sọ. Èyí tá a bá lè gbé ṣe fúnra wa, iṣẹ́ á lọ lórí ẹ̀. Mo rọ̀ yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú wa, ẹ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wá. Olóyè alàgbà bàbá wa Hubert Ògúndé, ó tún gbàdúrà yẹn fún wa, ó sì gbé wa níjà. Ó ní kò ní sú wa, kò ní rẹ̀ wá títí tá a fi ṣẹ́gun lójú àwọn ọlọ̀tẹ̀. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá wa pé lónìí, pàápàá jùlọ àwọn olùsọ̀rọ̀ wa, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé àpèyìn ẹ jẹ́ wa. Ọlọ́run aláàánú yóò túbọ̀ máa sọ agbára dọ̀tun. Ìmọ̀ yín kò ní bàjẹ́, yóò máa lọ síwájú ni. Ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá wa, ẹ ṣeun alága wa, ẹ máa rí sọ kò ní rẹ̀ yín. Olúwa máa ṣàgbára dọ̀tun. Ká má fàkókò ṣòfò, máa pe alága tèmi kó fún wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Alága wa náà ni ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Adeniran Adeboye, kó fún wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí ṣókí. Lẹ́yìn yẹn màá fàálé olóòtú ètò tòní lọ́wọ́. Àwọn ni ọ̀mọ̀wé Akin Fapohunda. Ìgbà yẹn ni màá wá yọ ìkú tèmi nínú àjọ kí ìpàdé lè máa lọ. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Adeniran Adeboye, ọpọ́ sí kàn yín sà.
Ṣé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi o?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Bàbá ẹ káàárọ̀ o.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ìjókòó. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ṣètò àpérò tí a wà lórí rẹ̀ báyìí. Pàápàá ààrẹ àgbà ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Akin àti akọ̀wé àgbà ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n orí mi ti ń kú díẹ̀díẹ̀ o, ẹ foríjì mi, Fámúyìdé. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó ti síwájú yìí tí mo fẹ́ sọ, mo kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tí mo kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́dọ̀ wọn láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ 4 sẹ́yìn. Èyí tí mo fẹ́ wá mú síta níbẹ̀ òun ni pé Yorùbá ni wá. Wàhálà tó dé bá wa ó ní ká padà síbi tá a ti ń bọ̀ ká kọ́ ọgbọ́n lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tí ó ṣẹ̀ wá. So mo wá ṣe ìwádìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó wà níwájú wa tí wọ́n pè ní the years of the locust. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀? Kí la fẹ́ fàyọ ń bẹ̀? Kí ni nǹkan tí a mọ̀ nípa èṣù tí ó fi jẹ́ pé a ní ká wo the years of the locust? Kí la fẹ́ fàyọ ń bẹ̀? A bá wo Ifá tá a rí odù kejìlénígba tí wọ́n ń pè ní Ọ̀ṣàgùdá. Ó ní àgìrìyàn ní mọ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rẹ̀ èèyàn, àṣùwà ní mọ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rẹ̀ ènìyàn, àṣùwà dá ayé, àṣùwà dá ọ̀run, àṣùwà dá sílẹ̀, àṣekúnṣùwàdà nígbà tí ìwà ṣẹ̀, àṣekúnṣùwàdà nígbà tí ìwà gún, àṣùwà nígbà ìwà rọ̀. Ire gbogbo wa di àṣùwà, ire gbogbo wa di àṣùwà. Irun pẹ́ ṣùṣù wọ́n gborí, irun àgbọ̀n pẹ́ ṣùṣù wọ́n òjò tárìgì, igi pẹ́ ṣùṣù wọ́n digbó, èrúwà pẹ́ ṣùṣù wọ́n dọ̀dàn, agbọ́n pẹ́ ṣùṣù wọ́n fọwọ́ tilé, ìtà pẹ́ ṣùṣù wọ́n bolẹ̀. Aláṣùwàdà pè ọ́ kí o rán ìwà ṣùṣù wá o, kó lè kó ire gbogbo wá bá wa. Aṣùwà ń tóyin, aṣùwà lè ràn kù nínú oko, aṣùwà ní tó ṣùṣù ọwọ̀, aṣùwà lè ràn kù nú aṣùwà ní ti ẹlẹ́gìrì. So ká sùpọ̀, ká ronú pọ̀, ká gbé nǹkan kalẹ̀, ká ronú jinlẹ̀, ká wọ́nà tá a máa gbà yọ nínú wàhálà tá a bá wà. Nǹkan tí mo rí kà nínú Ifá nìyẹn. Kí nìyẹn ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú èṣù locust? Bá a ṣe ń ṣe lé wa ní ìwọlé bòmí, ntọ́ dáa fún èèyàn ó lè mọ́ dáa fún èṣù, ntọ́ dáa fún èṣù ó lè mọ́ dáa fún èèyàn. So mo wá ń wo ìwé yìí náà ló tún sọ fún mi pé aṣùwà là á bọ́dàn, aṣùwà lèṣù fi ń jókòó. Èṣù tí ń jókòó kò ṣàǹfààní fún èèyàn, ṣùgbọ́n sísùn working together bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni èṣù ń ṣe, báwo èèyàn náà ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Ire tó bá èṣù kò já àǹfààní fún wa. So tá a bá sọ pé the years of the locust and the consequences, kí là ń rò? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn tó ṣe ètò yìí ṣe sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kọ́ là ń sọ yìí. Ẹ̀sìn Yorùbá ẹ̀ sì fi ẹ̀sìn míì ṣẹ̀sìn. So mo fẹ́ ká ronú ìwé àwọn onígbàgbọ́ Bíbélì. Tí ẹ bá wo Exodus orí 10 ẹsẹ̀ 12. 8th plague, nígbà tí Ọlọ́run sọ pé káwọn èèyàn àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì kí Fáráò jẹ́ kó wọ́n jáde lọ síbi tí wọ́n ti ní àlàáfíà, tí Fáráò gbà. 8th plague yẹn ó dá èṣù sílẹ̀ wọn, tó jókòó wọn, tó mú wàhálà bá wọn títí tí yóò fi jẹ́ pé Fáráò sọ pé ẹ máa lọ tí yìí ti le jù. So èṣù tó dá sílẹ̀ wọn àǹfààní ló jẹ́ fún àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì, wàhálà ló jẹ́ fún àwọn ọmọ Egypt. ẹ bá sì wo Kúránì 54 verse 7 ó tún fi ọ̀rọ̀ iṣu ó gbé jáde. Ó ní níjẹ́ nígbẹ̀dẹ̀ àlìkíámọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n jí nínú gbòjì wọn, wọ́n dàbí eṣú tí oníkálukú wọn mọ̀ wá ọ̀nà tí ó fi wọ àlùjánnà. So eṣú locust. Tá bá wá wo 1847 nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà bíi a rí wípé nígbà tí Jésù dálẹ̀ ní North West ní 1847 ó kó wàhálà ńlá bá àwọn èèyàn fún bí ọdún méjì mẹ́ta tí tó fẹ́ fi dé Mexico. So ó yẹ ká kọ́gbọ́n láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ àti ní gbogbo ayé. So pé mo jẹ́ alága lónìí, mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa kí lè sú. Nígbà fẹ́ èbò díẹ̀ mi ò gbé èbò tó àwọn tó síwájú mi ò, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fún èbò díẹ̀. Wọ́n ní forces, locusts are forces outside us that swarm to choose through everything we've done. Locusts are forces outside us that swarm in to chew through everything we have done. Are the locusts always outside us? Or are there our own decisions that have acted as locusts of failure, heartache, and debasement? Ìbéèrè tó yẹ ká béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa nìyẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a ti bi pẹlẹbẹ mọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ jẹ kó lè bá a dùn. Ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Gbádégẹṣin ṣe sọ 1994 la dá sílẹ̀. Kí ló ṣe tá dá sílẹ̀? A sì wà, a fẹ́ sùpọ̀ padà láti ibikíbi tá a bá wà. Wàhálà tó wà ńgbà yẹn ò jọ pé kò ju pé wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ wọn lè jẹ ààrẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá kò lè jẹ ààrẹ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Amúra sí àṣẹ nǹkan tá a máa ṣe. Kódà Ropo Sekoni Gbádégẹṣin àtàwọn míì wọ́n jọ pàdé wá gbé kinní yẹn lọ sí Europe. Èmi fúnra mi gan lọ sí Zurich ní 2002 láti dẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Europe sílẹ̀ pé ká sùpọ̀ a sì wà nítorí. Ó lè jẹ́ pé ààrẹ akíndìtú tiẹ̀ kó tiẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ààrẹ pè mí pé kí n wá sí conference kan ní Missouri toró mọ̀ pé tá a bá sùpọ̀ a lè débi tá a fẹ́ lọ. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó tún jẹ́ ààrẹ tán a tún rọ̀rọ̀ sọ arígbáṣe aráwòṣe. Ìgbà tó wá sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ló ń ṣe àpérò pé àwọn tó jẹ́ ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá rí ló ṣètò yìí. Mo ní ẹ má gbàgbé o, nígbà táwọn òòṣà tí wọ́n rán wọn ṣẹ́ àwọn 17 ni wọ́n ránṣẹ́ tó Olódùmarè rán wọn ṣẹ́ pé kí wọ́n lọ wá bá yóò ṣe tòrò. Wọ́n gbàgbé kí wọ́n mú Ọ̀ṣun lọ́wọ́. Ọkùnrin 16, obìnrin kan. Wọ́n fobìnrin yẹn lẹ̀ wọn ò sùpọ̀ mọ́. Tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ò ṣeé ṣe. Wọ́n á padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ Olódùmarè pé Olódùmarè iṣẹ́ tó rán wa àti iṣẹ́ takuntakun àríṣe. Oníṣẹ́ ògbó yín lẹ lọ. Àwọn ní gbogbo àfi Ọ̀ṣun àpè síbẹ̀. Ó kéré tẹ ìdajì ẹ̀dá obìnrin ni wọ́n. Nígbà tó obìnrin kan bá gbọ́n èèyàn 17 tẹ́ tó pé ta ló ń ṣaṣojú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn torí bí ò bá sọ obìnrin kò sí èèyàn. Ó fẹ́ ká rántí pé ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó jóbìnrin wà o. bí n bá rántí orúkọ wọn yèyé ààfin mo ní lọ́lá tẹ̀nàbì tí ì pé o. So tá a bá rí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká rántí pé nínú ìtàn wa, nínú àṣà wa, nínú ìṣe wa, a kì í fọwọ́ rọ́ àwọn èèyàn pàtàkì sẹ́yìn, pàápàá obìnrin, àwọn ìyá wa. Now, kí n tó parí nǹkan tí mo fi fẹ́ sọ yìí ni pé ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, kí ni oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí a fi ọwọ́ ara wa fà tí a gbọ́dọ̀ dẹ́kun ẹ̀. Kòkòrò ojú, wọ́n kọrin Ìjẹ̀ṣà kan, after all alága lè ní sọ ẹ fún mi láàyè díẹ̀. Orin Ìjẹ̀ṣà tí wọ́n kọ yìí kì í sórí Ìjẹ̀ṣà gan o, ṣùgbọ́n nígbà míì mi ò mọ̀ yàtọ̀ láàrin Ìjẹ̀ṣà àti Èkìtì, so ẹ foríjì mi o. Ó ní àbáwí hàn ọ́ ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan rẹ, yèyé wí hàn ọ́ ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan rẹ, kòkòrò ojú límú ọrí yèé o, òrèrù rèrù orí bótòrò o. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ṣé kòkòrò ojú wa ń tá a fẹ́ jẹ ní òdì àárọ̀ kan ṣó wà nínú àwọn nǹkan tá a ṣe tí mo sọ pé ó ń kó bá wa tó ń sọ wá dé ní ẹ̀yìn? Tá a bá yẹ̀ yẹn wò, ká tá a bá nà sí lágbájá pé ìwọ ló ń ba nǹkan jẹ́, mẹ́rin yòókù kọjú sí wa, ó yẹ ká yẹ àwọn mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin wò. So inú mi dùn lónìí pé àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tí wọ́n bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, orí wọn pé, ẹnu wọn mú, wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá jù mí lọ, wọ́n gbọ́ Ìgbò jù mí lọ, so èmi akọ́rọ̀ ajókòó ń bì máa máa kọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ káàbọ̀ o.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá wa, ẹ̀kọ́ tó tónu kò ní ju yín sọ o. Alàgbà Fapohunda, ẹ jẹ́ gbà lẹ́nu mi.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. I think you can hear me, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Okay, we have a little technical difficulty. It happened to me too. Prof. Sonaiya came in, but she was logged out and then she couldn't get back in again.
Okay.
I just communicated to her to try to log in, but it seems as if we are reached capacity of 100 that was booked.
Well, it's supposed to be 500, sir. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm looking at it right now, sir. We should have 500 attendants.
We have only 100 there.
Yes, sir.
She's not able to log in.
Good evening, sir. Hello, sir.
Good evening, yes, sir.
Yeah, can I log out when it is rectified that I can log in? Just inform me I can log in.
Okay.
And so that tell the person to continue logging in, so that another person will not
take the spot.
Yes. Can I do that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Please tell her to log in now, sir.
Okay, I will do that.
Let me call her. Let me call her to log in. Okay, all right. Okay, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ìjókòó. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ìjókòó tí a wà ní àárọ̀ yìí tàbí ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí níbikíbi tí a bá wà ní gbogbo àgbáyé. A dúpẹ́ fún àwọn tí ó máa bá a sọ̀rọ̀ ní àkókò yìí. Mo bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, ó dàbí pé àwọn méjì péré ni nínú àwọn mẹ́ta ló máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí. Mr. Eric Teniola is not okay to come on. So we have Professor Remi to talk to us.
and we have Professor Ropo Sekoni, and two of them are eminently qualified to talk to us. We'll give them 30 minutes to talk since we now have two panelists. They don't need to hurry through their presentation. It's my pleasure to invite Auntie Professor Remi to come on. She's somebody who has been in politics. She volunteered, she reached for the topmost position. But our environment is not acceptable so much, but we must commend our effort in coming up. She's to speak on federal government and its culpability in bad governance. Ó dá mi lójú pé wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ bí a ṣe máa tò gbogbo Nàìjíríà tò tí ó máa fún àwa Yorùbá ní àyè láti àyè àbáyọ. Nǹkan tí ó yé mi fún nǹkan tó yẹ kán bá wa sọ ni. Wọ́n ti ṣe slide tán fẹ́ bá a sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ti bá Dr. Famoyede sọ pé kán fi slide yẹn sí, kán fún ní chance láti gbé slide kán lè bá a sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn màmá wa tí wọ́n wá ní àárọ̀ yìí tàbí ọ̀sán yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fetí sílẹ̀ fún wọn kí a gbọ́ wọn dáadáa. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ màmá wa. To share slide.
Yes, mo kí gbogbo ilé o. Dáadáa.
Akin ẹ kú àbọ̀ mọ́mí Prof.
Ẹ ṣeun a dúpẹ́ sà. Professor Gbadege ẹ ṣe ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta sà. Àlàáfíà lẹ́wà.
Olúwa ṣeun, a dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo akitiyan.
Ẹ ṣeun o, mo dúpẹ́ fún pípè tẹ́ pè mí síbi àpérò yìí. I'm going to share my slide, please, and go through. Ẹ ṣeun o. Ohun tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, wọ́n ní series 2 àpérò yìí ni a wà báyìí. The years of the locusts and their painful rewards, the imperative of a reset button. The topic I've been given is the federal government and its culpability in bad governance in Nigeria. Èmi tí ẹ rò pé gbogbo wa la lè sọ̀rọ̀ lé eléyìí lórí, torí kò sí ẹni nínú wa tí kò mọ ipa tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti kó ní gbogbo rúdurùdu tí orílẹ̀-èdè wa wà nínú ẹ̀ yìí. My objectives, I just identified 2 objectives. The first one is to examine the role of the federal government in entrenching bad governance in Nigeria, which I believe all of us are well qualified to do, since we have all lived through this terrible governments successively that we have had. And secondly, is to reflect on what reforms are needed in order to reverse this unacceptable situation and therefore reset Nigeria. We have a long-standing, and permit me to use a French expression that's called a cahier de doléances. It's a list of grievances. Historically, the cahier de doléances was these lists that were drawn up under the French king, Louis XVI, by each of the 3 estates in France in March to April 1789. 1789, we know, of course, is the date of the French Revolution. So we too, we have our grievances. They have been there for a long time. We have been documenting them. They've been well documented in panel reports, national conference reports, Oputa panel 2005, 2014. But the thing is, we have not done anything about them. We have been ill at ease for a long time. The quote I have there says, disintegration, for instance, has been on the agenda ever since amalgamation by Lugard. Ara ọ̀rọ̀ okùn, ara ọ̀rọ̀ adìẹ lọ̀ràn Nàìjíríà yìí ló dàbí ẹni pé ó ti wà láti àtẹ̀yìnwá. So we have a sense that this is not the best. This structure is not working. So what are we to do about it? So we have a leadership in Nigeria, and remember, I'm talking about the national leadership, because other people
network. Maybe network. One padà wá.
Ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ní sùúrù.
Ẹ ṣé sir.
From Nigeria, things are not easy network-wise at all.
Ara ẹ̀ nìyẹn.
Tẹ́ bá ń dóyìnbó ẹ̀ ń gbádùn. Wọ́n á padà wá.
Ìgbádùn wo ló wà níbí?
Ojú gboyin ló ń dàn, àánà fẹ́ dàbí yín.
Bí àwọn wo alàgbà Fapohunda.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń jókòó náà ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin fìlà.
Okay.
Gbódégé lórí ẹ̀yà fìlà wà fìlà fẹ́ jábọ̀ tó wà bí.
Ibi tẹ́ wà ní àwa náà wà o.
Iná ò sí ń bí. Kò sí náà, kò sí generator, kò sí diesel, kò sí petrol. Nǹkan lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Kò sómi.
Nǹkan lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Vaseline la fi ń pọ̀jù wa o. Vaseline.
Wẹ́ àwa tẹ̀ lómi jẹ́ l'Abuja náà, but kò sí ibòmíì. Nǹkan bú lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mélòó kan sí. Ó burú tàtijọ́ lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fún wọn ní wọ́n padà wá, wọ́n máa padà wá. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún pè wọ́n.
Wọ́n kàn ń ṣe lásán.
Aláta kò sí ní Nàìjíríà ni.
Akin o, alàgbà Kérélé.
Ẹ káàsán o, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káalẹ́ o, bó lẹ́wà o.
Sunday, Sẹ́yìndé, Nàìjíríà mú wa o.
Ẹ ṣé o, ẹ ṣé o. A ṣe é ṣe fún gbogbo wa o.
Hello, I was knocked off again. I don't know how much of what I was saying you got.
We got everything before you were
Slide
done.
number 2, Lewa. Slide number 2.
Okay.
Slide number 2, Lewa.
Thank you. So let me continue. Can you allow me, please? Say host disabled participant screen sharing. Kindly allow me to continue to share my screen.
Family, wow.
Family.
Everyone is educated.
All right. Òjò tó ń ṣú tó ń kù níbí ni mo rò pé ó ń dá wàhálà yìí sílẹ̀.
Share screen facility. Yes, it's coming up. It's coming up.
So let me just quickly rush through because the internet connection is not very stable. So we have a leadership at the national level, like I was saying, that has failed. And what we see is a shocking lack of competence, capacity, and character. And this is both at the level of the military and the civilian leaders. Ó dàbí ẹni pé kò sí àwọn bá wọ aṣọ sójà, àwọn bá wọ agbádá. A rí i pé àwọn ọ̀nà tí wọ́n ń gbé darí ètò ìlú wa kò bọ́ sí rárá, ń ṣe ni a kàn ń jó àjòrẹ́yìn láti ìgbà tí àwọn ológun tí wọ́n ti gbé ìbọn wọ inú ìjọba. We have leaders who have said things like our problem is not money, but how to spend it. A military leader trying to transit into a civilian president and saying, I'm the only one whom the cap fits. We also had a civilian president who was swearing in some ministers and who said, your duty is to offer me advice, but I may choose not to listen. That's at the point where you are swearing in, where your ministers are being sworn in. So it's not therefore strange that our leaders have been described as clueless, arrogant, nepotistic, bigoted, visionless, and many other adjectives could be used to qualify them. Ó dàbí ẹni pé ní ìlú wa àwọn tí ò yẹ kán débẹ̀ gan-an ni a máa ń rí gbé sí àyè adarí. Kí ló dé tí eléyìí ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló sì dé tó jẹ́ pé à ń gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn? So some specific things about the situation that we're in. We see insecurity. Gbogbo wa ni ẹ̀rù ń bà nínú orílẹ̀-èdè báyìí nísìn. Àwọn gbọ́mọgbọ́mọ wọ́n kàn tiẹ̀ wá ń jayé orí wọn ni, bó ẹni tó wù wọ́n ni wọ́n ń gbé. Gbígbé èèyàn ó ti di okòwò. Just kidnap people, ransom money. That's now big business, it seems. So Boko Haram, terrorism, banditry, herdsmen attacks, poor provision of social services like electricity, water, roads, millions of out-of-school children, endemic poverty. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Lack of staff.
Again. Network is gone. I can need to freeze again. Want to padà in a minute.
Èmi tá wá ń ṣe ètò ìjọba. Wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹ̀ wá ń ṣe ségesège.
Well, that is symbolic.
The years of the locusts.
Exactly. So it's just the symbolism, glares at you.
Yeah.
That It's not a coincidence.
Ìjọba àwọn èṣù.
It is it is divine arrangement.
Ìjọba àwọn èṣù.
To showcase that.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹun, wọ́n ń jẹun pátápátá ní pàápàá.
Òní náà la rí pé a kọjá 100. Wọn ò jẹ́ ká kọjá 100. A ti rí ju eléyìí tẹ́lẹ̀ òní yìí ni wọn ò ká kọjá ẹ̀. So
lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n.
I don't understand.
Ẹ̀yin tán
pé 100 mo tún try ni mo kàn
àwọn bíi mẹ́wàá ti wọlé lẹ́yìn.
Ó ga o.
Bá a ṣe rí gan-an nìyẹn.
Yeah.
I smell a rat.
Rat can't do anything to us.
It's a song.
Eku asin.
Asin.
Àjẹ́ kí lánàá lọ́rọ̀ wà.
Báwo dáadáa báyìí sá ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ọ̀rọ̀ NIN tá a ṣe ara nǹkan tó fẹ́ máa lò fún lélẹ̀ láti máa fi disturb wa láti gbogbo dátà wa ló ti wà lọ nísìn gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nísìn it's easy for them to disturb the program. Ó dí ìsìn láti disturb program so ara nǹkan tó yẹ pọ́lọ̀ fi máa gbà á lọ wọn náà nìyẹn. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún yín ṣe sà.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Èṣù mi o.
Ẹ má jẹ́ sí mi o.
Ẹ dákun o, a máa bá gidi gbé lọ ni.
Chairman, ó lè jẹ́ nígbà tí a gbé lọ sí gbọ̀ngàn ni o.
Ẹ má má lè ti gbọ̀ngàn wá o.
Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ èyí àná gbìn. Bàbá gbọ̀ngàn. Ọlọ́run á bá wa ṣe.
Àmín.
Àwa náà lọ́lọ́run ó ràn. Bóyá àwọn tó bá rántí ìgbà tí Oòduà Foundation ṣe ìràpadà ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire ní irú wàhálà díẹ̀ báyìí náà so èyí ò tuntun.
I just actually continue pẹ̀lú the next speaker in the meantime Satamawa around.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Well, mo ní presentation àwọn lọ́wọ́ náà bóyá kí n má bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ díẹ̀ so anyway agáyé ká dúró dè wọ́n but a lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú the next speaker Professor Sekoni.
Ropo.
Kí ni chairman kí lè feel sà kí lè rò sà.
Ẹ ní experience jù mí lọ lórí yẹn chairman wo lẹ ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà ni ẹ jẹ́ kí torí àmọ̀gbà ẹ jẹ́ kí ẹni tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Professor Sekoni kí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kí wọ́n gbà pé tí madam bá padà wá o wọ́n á dánu dúró fún wọn gbogbo rẹ̀ náà ni ó yé wa so ẹ jẹ́ kí.
Objections ẹ jẹ́ ká pé Professor Sonaiya kẹ́nìkan pé Sonaiya lórí fóònù kó mọ what the situation is first.
Well.
Dr. Fapohunda, shall I try? Dr. Fapohunda. Moderator.
Àbàwọn náà ò sí bí. Bá rọrùn.
ó ń sọ̀rọ̀
kí a lo ẹni tó wà
Ntẹ́mi
láàárín.
bá fẹ́ sọ pé bóyá kí second speaker sọ̀rọ̀. Tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ bóyá tó bá jẹ́ nígbà tó bá
máa pè yín
sọ̀rọ̀
padà
lọ
sí máa pè yín padà tí bá bá máa pè
bóyá
yín padà. Máa pè yín padà.
internet Nàìjíríà wọ́n ń
Máa pè yín
ṣọ̀yàn
padà.
àti rẹ̀ wọ́n torí ọmọ wọn ò ní ká.
Mo bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn ò lè wọlé because at the reach limit.
Okay, let's look for somebody to jáde fún wọn now.
Mo bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn.
Ẹ kú lé gbogbo lé, èmi á jáde fún wọn, wọ́n fi wọlé.
Ṣé jàre?
Ẹ ṣé o.
Ṣé kí n sọ fún wọn pé kàn try again?
Yeah, bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Irọ́ ni wọ́n pa, Yorùbá ò lè parun.
Wọ́n ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní ṣòro.
Àní wọ́n tó fèsì ní ìsìn.
Wọ́n kọ́ ló tẹ kókó bẹ̀.
Ìṣọ̀rọ̀jọ́.
Ó yẹ ká ti lè wọlé o.
Okay, ayé tí wà ń sìn, mo ti bọ́ sí ó drops 97.
I will go out for him.
No, it did 96.
Ó ti drop 96.
Kí wọ́n ti lè wọlé.
I try one more time. What I want straight. They said the book 500, but it's now 99. It's not. Which the bottom dead. Can it to drop again? People are trying to comment plenty.
Moderator, ẹ jẹ́ kí RS continue. Moderator. Doctor.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí RS continue. Professor Sekoni.
On my wallet thing, what you can drop? Oh, you're going to wallet thing. It's 98 now.
Because fẹ́ kí wọ́n wà disoriented, bí wọ́n ti ń lọ, wọ́n ti ń bọ̀, it's just going to be frustrating for her. We can give her another slot where next week, wọ́n bá lè ṣe lónìí if she's
One more time. She can come in now, actually. She can come in because we're up to 96 now. Just 30 seconds. If you cannot come in, then we proceed.
Alága wa, Professor Gbadigesi. Prof, Bishop ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ sir.
Yes.
PRO Egbe.
Bishop.
Mo lè call wọn direct on our Zoom line. Ó kàn jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè share slide ni, but I can call our number in Nigeria and put her on the phone for the next 30 minutes.
Let them try to get in now. Technical support said we should be good. I just want them.
She's there.
Everybody can get in now. Technical support said we should be good now.
So
everybody can get in now.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back in now.
Good.
Very good.
Share screen. Share screen.
More people can come in now, sir. I think we should be good.
Okay.
Sorry, Mommy Prof. We're sorry about this.
and there are several people calling me too, saying that they can get in, that the capacity has been reached.
One only gets
so
in.
I hope Now, okay. All right. So can I be
Confirm the share
allowed
screen.
to
Share screen now.
Please go ahead.
share screen, please? So is that, may I share my screen now?
Dr. Famoyide.
Yes, sir. We'll work on it, sir. For me, schedule, sir.
Okay.
You can go ahead now, ma'am.
No, it's still not possible.
Technical issues. Technical issues.
All right.
It's coming on.
What to do? What to Wale?
Yes, please. So I think I should go back. All right. So I think I was on this slide.
Yes,
talking
yes,
about,
that's where you are. Specifics.
Yes, some specific challenges that we have had with governance at the federal level, but I mean, of course, it's at every level. Endemic poverty, with Nigeria being the poverty capital of the world, lack of standard health services, collapse of public education. We know that ASU has been on strike now for how many months? High rate of unemployment. So many of our young people unable to get or create jobs after schooling. Disregard for justice and the rule of law. So we see the balance of justice tilted in favor of the rich and powerful. So they use money to get justice for themselves and institutionalize corruption, everything. I mean, the few pictures put there show some of the realities that we are dealing with. And I'm particularly grieved by the lack of justice of rescue for those who have been abducted by bandits, Boko Haram. Look at our Chibok girls. Many are still there. Eléyìí kò dá. Èmi ò lè gbàgbọ́ pé àwọn ìjọba wa wọn ò tiẹ̀ ní agbára láti gba àwọn ọmọ yẹn là. Ńṣe ló dàbí ẹni pé àìfẹ́ ṣe ó pọ̀ ju àìlágbára lọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè wa yìí. And yet, right now, I believe that we are standing at what I call a momentous moment. Àǹfààní ńlá ńlá ó wà níwájú wa. Because it seems that we have been at significant moments in the past, which we seem to have wasted. I can think of the end of the Civil War. That was an incredible moment for us as a nation. But we failed to emerge a visionary
Listen again.
That's it.
Can I answer law?
Ejò lọ́wọ́ nú.
The system infrastructure is very weak. Infrastructure for internet is very weak. If no
Madam King broadcast, ṣé Kòròdú ni?
Ilé-Ifẹ̀.
Gbọ̀ngàn ni o, gbọ̀ngàn.
No, kì í ṣe gbọ̀ngàn.
I suggest that we try to bring Mommy back some other time, and Professor Sekoni can sorrow. And she's given us something very, very valuable and worthy. So, but can create a space for maybe next session. Meanwhile, let us try to tidy up any Professor RS can sorrow. And then I want you very Teniola and the all around lower, so that we utilize that time properly.
Professor Sekoni,
I'm here.
And come on, please, for about 30 minutes. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Fapohunda. Jọba mi. Manage PowerPoint message so that I can speak issues raised. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi?
A gbọ́ yín, sir.
Bàbá gbọ̀ngàn, ṣé ẹ ń gbọ́ mi?
Dr. Sekoni, à ń gbọ́ yín ṣùgbọ́n ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè dáadáa. Ṣé mo pé Dr. Sekoni ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè dáadáa? Ṣé mo pé ohun yín ohun akọrin ni? Ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ sókè dáadáa.
Okay. Mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ibi mo wá apá pẹ̀lú fọ́lùmù níbí. Ṣé ẹ bá gbọ́ mi náà? Bóyá Wi-Fi tún ni o. Èmi gan ń gbọ́ra mi lágbọ́jù. Anyway, ẹ jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ibi tí Professor Sonaiya ti parí tó ti kúrò lórí program tó ní kò ń ṣe pé àwọn tó ń ṣe ìjọba ó lóun ò rò pé òun rò pé wọn fẹ́ ṣe é ni. Ó yẹ ká wo ìsàlẹ̀ ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ wa ti ń bọ̀. I thought she will be allowed to complete.
Yes, madam. I think we have to make other arrangements. We'll make a...
Hello? Hello?
I'm going to you.
Oh, okay.
Ẹ mọ sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ.
Make another arrangement.
Ẹ pẹ̀lú madam.
So let me PowerPoint is so that we are. Anyway, people who have rántí pé oríṣi ìjọba mẹ́rin ló wà technically láti ìgbà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. They are calling public, but the first from 1952 to 1966 we had elected government. From 66 to 79 we had unelected government, military.
Wow.
This is dead.
Àwọn ayé lọ́wọ́ sí nìyẹn o.
Báwo dáadáa sà, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ti rí sà.
Lọ́wọ́ sí nìyẹn o.
Bó ṣe rí gan nìyẹn o.
Àwọn bìrìtìkó.
Gbogbo àwọn tó wá ń kọ program ń sọ̀rọ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ kitikiti. Bàtà bá gbé tó fẹ́ bá a sọ̀rọ̀ síbẹ̀.
Àwọn aráyé lọ́wọ́ sí ni o.
Iṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ fi ẹ̀ náà wá lọ́jọ́ wájú.
Wọ́n dára àwọn
ó fèlì kalẹ̀ ní ó fèlì kalẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n jíra ẹ̀ ní wọn ò ní lè jẹ́.
Wọ́n ti fèlì tán àsìkò wa lélẹ́yìí.
Ọlọ́run bá fèlì wọn kalẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa ni.
Wọ́n parọ́ àsìkò wa lélẹ́yìí. Kò sí nǹkan tó lè dá wa dúró mọ́. A lè máa gọ̀ lọ títí.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Gọ̀gọ́ mọ̀ pé àwọn oṣù oníjàgídíjàgan bíi tiwọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní nǹkan tí ọ̀rọ̀ bá ṣe tì ilẹ̀ náà la gbéwò ẹ̀yìn àgbà. So ọ̀rọ̀ náà la máa fi bá wọn sọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ àìlè má jẹ́ ká kóra jọ pọ̀ láti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gbogbo ọ̀nà yẹn náà wá. Ọlọ́run á fún yín ṣe sá o.
Ọlọ́run àfìdodo mú kọ́.
Mo wà lórí net látàárọ̀. Ìgbà tó kù 40 minutes ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìpàdé wa. Sábà mi kan went up completely. Ní ìmọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Prof, mo fẹ́ suggest kankan Prof, Odúsànyà ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ń bá ní eléyìí kọ́ wa lọ́gbọ́n ni. Àwọn engineers wa tó wà láàrin wa àti chairman gbogbo wípé ká ní plan B for next time. Bí báwọn bá mọ bọ́n ṣe ń dé, ó yẹ káwọn mọ bọ́n ṣe máa tú. This is not IST clinic. Ó yẹ káwọn engineer káwọn náà mọ bá ṣe lè for next time ká prepare for this type of thing. Ká ní plan B wa pé torí eléyìí bá ṣẹlẹ̀, a lè ní another thing. Mi mọ̀ bóyá possible, I'm not an engineer, but maybe they can look into it. Chair Secretary.
Ayẹ kan lè wo bójútó. Torí iṣẹ́ tó máa ń tè ní ṣùgbọ́n ó ní system tiẹ̀. Kó dá wa lóhùn Dr. Akin Fapohunda. Kó dá wa lóhùn bó ṣe ṣe.
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sá ni pé bí internet ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń sìn the central server ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ kò sí nǹkan tó ṣe. Èmi Abuja ni mo wà ń sìn mo lè connect. Ẹni tó wà ní Ilé-Ifẹ̀ ó lè má lè connect bóyá NEPA ibẹ̀ yẹn ò dáa, bóyá network MTN ò dáa, bóyá Airtel ni ò dáa. Challenge ta ni nìyẹn. Nǹkan tí èmi lè dábàá ni pé irú panel tì ní sin àwọn mẹ́ta ní panel. Ó dáa ká sọ̀rọ̀ fún gbogbo ayé kó gbọ́, but àwọn mẹ́ta lè pa ìdí pọ̀ kí wọ́n sọ nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ sọ. Document gan la need, plan of action, ideas la need. Ó dáa ká sọ gbogbo ayé gbọ́ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe náà lórí bá a ṣe ń sọ yìí, but the bottom line ni pé ó yẹ ká ní conclusion sí wa. Mo ní document ti Professor Sonaiya lọ́wọ́ nsìn. I can summarize it very easily. Somebody ti Sekoni, I can summarize very easily too. So tó bá ṣiṣẹ́, we can go for.
Doctor, Moderator.
Tó bá ṣiṣẹ́, we can do the plan B of synthesizing our ideas. Yes, sir.
Moderator.
Yes, sir.
I think what we should do now
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Àwọn major speakers wa wọn ò lè wọlé for the reasons tá a ní. Àwọn èèyàn wa náà tó wà lórí aago, they are intelligent, they are intellectuals. I would like us to have an open mic situation now. Open mic. Anybody tó bá fẹ́ dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí kan dá sí. We will bring back the two speakers at another time.
Just Chief Eric Teniola ńkọ́?
Wọ́n ní wọn ò wá.
Wọ́n wà indisposed.
Wọ́n ò lè make it.
It's not feeling fine.
So bóyá àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ká wá tún gbé wọn padà next time. But for now.
Back.
Oh, you're back.
Back. Maybe Prof Sekoni fell down saying, go sorrow.
Is back.
Okay, I think I don't know if you had me, but I stopped with the fact that between 1966, 79, and then from 84 till 98, that our region was not governed in accordance with Yoruba values. The values of achievement orientation, the values of modest consumption, the value of tolerance of difference, so the value of àìníwà nìkan jẹ ọpọ́n kẹ́nìkan kan kò ṣàǹfààní kí gbogbo aládùúgbò kan ya olórí burúkú. All of that changed. One, during the unelected years, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Wọ́n kàn ń gbé gómìnà fún wa ni. In fact, in Western State alone, I've had 15 governors. But tó yá gan wọ́n ń gbé àlejò wá kó wá bá wa run ní education system wa. Free education system tí kò sí ẹlòmíì tó ní Nàìjíríà. So wọ́n ń gbé gómìnà wá láti state tí o experience free education gan. So all of these, of course, contributed to mess up our golden era. What I want to focus on is not really what happened to us during those unelected years, but that since 1999, there has been a serious noticeable decline in the governance of our own region that got there with our votes, whatever those votes were worth. I want to start with agriculture. If I can get if Dr. Fabumide will give me my PowerPoint there, so I can save time. Because I don't want to overload my wife.
Bishop, please give him hosting right, please. Bishop.
So the era that made us a golden era was an era that decided to empower the citizenry. And that empowerment was done by a government with a clear ideology, the ideology of social democracy. where the purpose of government was to lift up the people. Now, it will surprise many of us that as we speak today, Oyo State, which is the biggest of the Yoruba states, is number 10 out of the 16 states that UNICEF has identified as education, as having too many people of school age that are out of school. As we speak today, there are 500,000 children in Oyo State that are out of school and they are of school age. If I can get my PowerPoint, I want to just compare for you.
It's on, sir. The PowerPoint is your answer.
Rio. Rio. Image Egbe ọmọ Yoruba on by your screen. Dr. Famile.
Dr. Sekoni, you have the power to share, sir. I don't have your slide.
Yeah, I sent it to you last Thursday and said, please prepare to.
Okay, I'll put it. You can keep on, sir. I'll look for it, sir.
He sent it to your email, Dr. Famide.
Okay.
Okay. So if we send it to your email, I think.
You can keep going, sir. I'll put it up. This is it, sir. Hello, sir. The PowerPoint is on, sir.
The screen is on. The screen is on.
The PowerPoint is on, sir.
Ropo.
Is there, but
yeah. Oh, I mean, okay. Yeah. So in 1954, I said that we had 456,600 pupils in school in Western Nigeria. When the free education was launched in 1955, that year, we had a total of 811,432 pupils. A percentage of higher than 60% jump because of that program. In 1960, where we had independence, we already had 1,124,789 pupils in school in the Western region. And in 1966, the year the Locusts finally came into power, we had 740,991 pupils in the Southwest. Bendel had gone then. Bendel had gone. In our own, in what we call the Yoruba nation today, we had 740,991. In that period, the investment in education by the Action Group are including, surprisingly, the Akitola government. The Akitola government may have differed from Action Group in many ways, but it did not throw out the ideology of empowerment of our people. It still kept our children in school. We were spending, in the first year, we spent 41% of the budget in 1995 on free primary education. The least that government spent was 28 point something. So we were ahead of the United Nations thing that we now take as a religion. We were well ahead of that then, before the Locusts came. But then we compare that, we move on, we then come to what happened with people who were okay, people who are out of school now in our region in 2021. In Oyo, 463,000, making Oyo number 10 on the list of high scoring states on the list of out-of-school children. In Osun, 260,522. In Lagos, the Center of Excellence, 229,000. In Ogun, 158,000. In Ondo, 113,000. In Ekiti, 99,778 children out of school when they should be in school. Let's compare with other states in the Old West. In Delta, today we have 181,995 out of school children. And in Edo, we have 79,446 out of school. What am I trying to demonstrate here? Almost more than 60 years after the years of our golden era started free education in our own region, we still have this kind of number of children who are not literate. There is no state in our region that is doing anything like adult education anymore. And yet, we are told by UNESCO that there are still 20% or 25 to 30% of the parents of those who are in school who cannot read and write because we don't have free education. I mean, we don't really have adult education, which we had. My own mother went to adult education school to be able to read the Bible. Now that our own grandchildren may not be able to read and write, that's something that should worry us. Now we move on to the area, an area that bothers me. We go again and look at the WAEC between 2016 and now, and 2016 and 2018. The inequity, which is considered an education state, basically, because we are told that in every household has a PhD. Only 54.3% passed WAEC with 5 credits in 2016. In 2017, that jumped up to 71%. And in 2018, it went back to 81%. Lagos in 2016 had 63%. In 2017, 65.7%. And in 2018, 60.72%. In Ogun, in 2016, it was 52.8%. 2017, 54%. 2018, 51.69%. In Ondo, where I am from, in 2016, it was 64%. In 2017, it was 44.2%. And in 2018, it was 52%. In Osun, in 2016, it was 45.5%. In 2017, 43.5%. And in 2018, 40.85%. In Oyo, 2016, it was 36%. In 2017, it was 53.58%. And in 2018, it was 37.8%. Let's see is in contrast with the other 2 students excised from Western region. Edo in 2016, 73% in WAEC. In 2017, 73%. So on and so forth. What am I trying to drive at? Basically to illustrate that, in fact, in the most critical area, we are now behind the other 2 states that started with us. Not to talk about the 2 states like Imo and Anambra, where both of them were ahead of all of us in the Southwest. If this is nothing, it is something that says our governors are underperforming. Even in an area that we have excelled for decades. I don't know how many of you heard the story of the visit from Okereke, who was the speaker in Eastern region in the early days of free education. He came, he and Anahoro were in the Successive movement together before Anahoro came to the action, and he came to visit, and they were all young boys, young men. So they went around but enjoyed themselves, and when they came home to sleep, he said he didn't want to forget what he came for. I never asked him, what did you come for? He said, Azikiwe had asked him to come and find out the secret of free education in Western Nigeria. People that Azikiwe wanted free education for them are now ahead of us in the Southwest. That should give us concern. It should give us concern. Then we'll go to, before I start my discussion, let me mention what our leaders have done in our region with our economy. In a Greek, cocoa first came to cross rivers and Akwa Ibom. They were just part of the Southeast then in 1887. It came to our region in 1889. Hello?
Continue.
Can people hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
We're hearing you, sir. We're hearing you. Okay. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Cocoa came to us in 1889. Unfortunately, by the time the Action Group government that believed in the empowerment of the citizenry came in, and Awolowo's government, even including the Akitola segment of that period, kept the Yoruba region ahead. The extent that there were many years in the 70s, and if up until early 60s until early 70s, that we were #2 producer. 2 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 producer. then to Brazil. Later, we started being number 2 to Ghana. Today, we are number 3 in Africa. We are number 4 in Africa. It is Ivory Coast, Ghana, Indonesia, and then Yoruba land, Western region. And I will come to that. That is not as good as it should be. Now, when we go to Nigeria itself, Cross River is producing almost as much as 50% of the cocoa going out of Nigeria now. Why? Our trees are old. We don't get new seedlings. The kind of subsidy our government gave farmers in my time. I probably went to school. I don't know if the same land that my father left can produce and as much cocoa as that will educate anybody now, because the trees are old as I am, and they are no longer productive. Now, why would it be easier for Cote d'Ivoire to become the world's largest cocoa producer, when in fact Cote d'Ivoire was not one of the 5 before 1966 or 1970s. So this, when you then look at our forestry resources as well, our trees, our forests in our region, and you know, it is our region and Akwa Ibom stroke Cross River and the little of Edo that really has, you can call rainforest. But our own rainforest is, as far as our governors are concerned, it's for what they call internal revenue. Just keep getting the timber. Don't do any regeneration. That we are now classified as having the most degraded forest in West Africa. So what does this add up to? Is it incompetence? I want to argue that this decline has 2 sources. Source number 1 is the external one that Professor Sonaiya was already leading us into. The external one is the one caused by changes in our structure of our government in Nigeria. When we were doing well, fiscal, a very decent form or significant form of fiscal federalism. Between 66 and 1999, when we got the so-called 1999 Constitution, the 1999 Constitution was essentially a constellation of all the gradual changes of defederalization that started in 1966, when they started giving us governance that were not even from our region, and came to immediate notice in the last year, 2 years of Obasanjo's military governance when he took over all assets of the regions and turned them into federal institutions. And finally, the children that were born and raised under military rule are now those governing us in our region. And they have not had the benefits of re-education. It is people in our region, especially our governors, if we take their rhetoric into consideration, that have always found justifications or excuses for white. Our governors in the last 20 years seem contented with running to Abuja to get allocations, even when the civil society in Yoruba region kept asking for restructuring, kept asking for decentralization, state police. Our governors kept quiet because they were in power. They even forgot a very crucial point in the principles of good governance. It says that there must be space for participation by non-government people. That I have been back to Nigeria, I haven't seen any, in fact, in each of the regimes that came, local government was not even allowed to function in our region. But local government was in charge of education when I grew up, when I went to school. The state government would give the money down the line to make decentralization work. I have had so many legislators from my area. I have not been invited to come and listen to them about what they have done. It didn't happen like that when I was growing up. My own father was an action group councillor, and he would take me to the council. He would put me on his bicycle to the council to carry, and I will sit there and listen. There is nothing like that now. In fact, our governors were in the forefront when the issue of making local government autonomous came up, because they wanted to hang on to the allocations to the local governments that come to them. So this, what all this amounts to is that those who govern us in our region are probably unaware of the magnitude of the problems that face us. They, in particular, the governors and the legislators, cannot tell the difference between nation building and geopolitics. A country that says philosophically that the purpose of the country is first and foremost unity, without even talking about unity of purpose, just unity. Instead of talking about development and justice and development, is unity at all costs, not unity with justice. And people from the governance and lawyers from the most advantaged region of the country, which the governments during the golden years planned and worked to make the first choice of people in Nigeria to live, to work, to entertain themselves. These are the problems that face us. And if we want to get out of this problem, we will need to re-educate ideologically our leaders. Have we been putting the right people in power in our region? People have argued with me that nobody puts anybody anywhere. Well, if it is true, are we satisfied with that kind of situation? Can we? I am not leaving out the civil service. The civil service itself is part of our problem. And why? Because the civil service in our region, which used to be the best in sub-Saharan Africa, is perhaps the most de-ideologized institution anywhere in Nigeria. Our civil servants could not even advise the governance to avoid creating what we now know in Nigeria as ungoverned space. That all our forests are ungoverned space. And this is why Fulani herdsmen are doing whatever they want to do there. We didn't have that kind of ungoverned space when we were growing up, because the forest guards were as powerful as the police.
Yes, sir.
Many times when
Round up, sir. Appreciation, sir.
I'm trying to round up.
Yes, sir.
When this government, this federal government, which I know that Professor Sonaiya was really touching on when she listed the idea of competence, when they said, when people in the civil society were calling for state police, our governance they found it difficult to be identified with those of us who were at the forefront of that kind of call. What happened? Because of lack of strategic thinking, we were forced to do Amatekum. On February 13 this year, there was a Vanguard interview for Okikiola Kamuru, that was the chairman of Agbekoya. He said 4,000 of our people have been killed in our region since the current government came into power in 2015. So that's where I'm heading. And this will not be that we are going to look for popes or Archbishop of Canterbury to be governors. There's no country where you have states as governors. But we must look for governors that share and believe in our values of achievement orientation, because if we don't, and we continue to hide under, we are building a nation, this Nigerian nation is being built on our heads. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciations for on the note in which you have ended. It's a normal note that we need to clap. We need to appreciate for taking us through all the issues that we've all known. People already applauding your presentation, sir. We are lucky to have Professor Sonaiya back. Can we have her to finish her presentation? Our internet has been stable for a while. Can we make her a co-host so that they can turn on the presentation again? Can we have Professor Sonaiya to come on? Professor Sonaiya, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Okay.
Thank
Please,
you very much.
Thank you very much.
I say how it goes. Yes.
Thank you very much. Let's her share our screen so that you can take our representation once and for all.
Yes, I've shared the screen already. Yeah.
It's on. Thank you. It's on.
Thank you very much. Just to quickly continue. So I believe you can hear me.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay, great. So I was talking about significant moments and saying that maybe the end of the Civil War was one significant moment that we failed to use because we could not get a visionary transformational leader to heal the deep wounds and help forge a national identity. And then another moment was the return to civilian rule after many years of military government, and then we could not emerge a leader with a vision of a fresh start. People say things don't just happen, they are made to happen in terms of politics. And I believe that now we are standing at another opportune moment. The protracted state of insecurity we have and the failure of former generals, I believe, to deliver the country from armed groups is a big issue. And along with that, I would like this quote that has been circulating by Nelson Mandela. He says, "The world will never respect Africa until Nigeria earns that respect. The Black people of the world are looking up to Nigeria to be a source of pride and confidence. Every Nigerian citizen should be made to understand this. We bear a burden, not only for ourselves, but for Africa as a whole. And we need to recognize this. And I believe that right now, with the 2023 elections approaching, there is a tide that is rising, And why is it? It's because all of a sudden, there's the possibility of a different kind of leader. We can characterize it as a good, trustworthy leader. Because apparently more and more of us are realizing, especially our young people, that we cannot continue with the kind of leaders that we have had so far, who just mouth promises and do not fulfill them. So again, it's about that competence, capacity, character, and we have to take this seriously. So I'm saying that we stand at a historical and a important moment in our history. So what side of history are we going to be on? What are the signs of this particular moment? There is the demand for inclusiveness by the youth, by women, by people living with disabilities. You know, we have this movement that says, let's take back our country. It belongs to all of us. For a long time, some people have behaved as if they had the exclusive right to Nigeria. So more and more people are saying, no, this country belongs to all of us. Then there's this conscientization and increased awareness of the power of the citizen. People have been talking about the office of the citizen as the highest office in the land. This whole PVC surge, you know, this campaign, go get your PVC and so on, is part of that. Citizens are becoming conscientized. They realize that they have the power to do something with their vote. And then there is a real push for fairness, for justice, specifically for sections of the country that have been left out. You see, this whole Peter Obi thing is part of the sense that, okay, it so happens that is perceived as a good person, but also he represents that southeastern part of the country that people have been saying, hey, they've been left out of, you know, leadership at the national level. There should be fairness for them. So the question that I have is that at this such a time in the history of our nation, are we going to pursue a separatist parochial agenda, or are we going to align with the general aspirations of the citizens? You know, because yes, there are urgently needed reforms in our political arena, the structure of the country itself, you know, governance style and factors, social issues, security, provision of services, and moral and ethical, you know, reforms. All of these are needed, and we must deliberately examine what we need to do to give ourselves the kind of country that we wish to have. Because resetting Nigeria's politics, for example, is bringing the things that had been left out into it to begin with. Nigerian politics has not have, you know, did not have integrity, ethics, respect, honesty, and so on at the center of it. Instead, we talk about structures, party apparatus, grassroots campaign organization, stakeholder consultations, like, you know, those were all the things we were hearing about before these last primaries. Money, 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 people being bought over. But the question is, what of the persons themselves? What of the individuals that are contesting? Irú èèyàn wo ni àwọn gangan? Irú èèyàn ni wọ́n? Wo ni wọ́n? Ṣé èèyàn tí èèyàn lè fẹ̀yìntì ni tá lè gbẹ́kẹ̀lé pé tó bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó máa rí? The people who are there, what do we already know about them that should make us either decide to vote for them or not to vote for them? These are important conversations to hold among ourselves. So there are current agitations for restructuring through federalism, inclusiveness, you know, regulatory issues relating to our constitution and our electoral laws. And then for the cost of governance, people are saying, hey, maybe we should just go for part-time legislature or even unicameral legislature, because they having that National Assembly is guzzling a lot of money. It's costing us a huge amount of money. Meanwhile, we have roads, schools, hospitals to build, and our leaders are not thinking of those issues because they can just easily jet out of the country, to attend, to have themselves treated at foreign hospitals, send their own kids to schools abroad, and so on and so forth. So these are matters that we must bring forward and say this is our position on the issues. So the imperative of a reset button for me is that we could look back and draw inspiration from where we are coming from, and Professor Sekoni has just outlined that so beautifully for us, where we were coming from. We have a heritage of visionary leadership, of good governance. And this is the vision that we must sell to the national leadership. For instance, in terms of education, he recounted how many of us benefited from the policy, the Awolowo policy on education. And then the era of innovation, daring projects like the Cocoa House, WNTV, University of Ife, and so on. Those were, visions that the leadership had. Where are the Cocoa Houses now? What new projects can we point to that will fire up, everybody in the country and give one a sense of, oh, we have leadership that knows where it's going. And the fact is that Nigerians are capable and they are willing. Just look at what Nigerians are doing all around the world. If you have a group of people doing something extraordinary in medicine, in several other areas, very likely you will find one Nigerian among them. So how come we are excelling outside but not at home? There is that imperative of a reset button, just like our topic says. And then we have a heritage of courage, that is of demanding accountability from our leaders, because we cannot afford to say, oh, okay, we elect a bad leader. We just wait for 4 years and then we have another opportunity to elect another one. No, 4 years are too long to wait for good governance. So we must put in place something, some kind of mechanism to check bad leaders. And I'm proposing, a committee of calabash openers. All of us who are Yorubas, when there is an Oba that is misbehaving, that is not doing what is supposed to be doing, then they hand him a calabash. So we must have some kind of mechanism by which we demand performance, put performance at the center of governance. It has to be worked out, but driven by people of proven integrity themselves. Nobody that has some skeleton in their cupboards, some scandal hanging around their necks can be a part of a committee of calabash openers. Because when we do this, then we can birth a new era for our country. So this is basically my proposal for us. I'm not sure that this is the moment. I don't believe that this is the moment for a separatist movement. Personally, I believe that it's a moment to work hard. And we have a heritage of hard-working, visionary leaders. Let's roll up our sleeves and contribute our quota to making this Nigeria what it ought to be, so that we can earn respect for Africa and the Black race in particular. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. We appreciate your erudition and all the points you have made. And we are all blessed. We are all blessed. We are all blessed to have your talk. Now, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again. Thank you very much, Madam Professor. We need to now have a discussion. Maybe you need to indicate by raising up your hand on the participant list. I could see you. But while you are doing that, give me just 5 minutes to just talk about what we are up to do in this our country. The bottom line is that we are separate nations in Nigeria. We just have differences of view. Madam Professor talked about opening Calabash. Calabash is a Yoruba concept. It's not an Igbo idea. It's not a Fulani concept. I understand it as a Yoruba person. Oba waja, toba ti se nkan ti o da. I mean, but it's a Nigerian concept. It is not. It is not. I have 7 quick points. I mean, look. Nigeria was divided into apartments in 1954 so that everybody can do what he likes in his own apartment. We carried that up to 1966. The walls in the apartments were knocked down by Irunsi. We now have an open dormitory where all of us are just in a big room like an hostel in the secondary school. We now have prefects. I hope you understand my analogy. I hope you listen to it carefully. The prefects now happen to be only the Fulanis now. We are all under bondage. We are in an open hall. That's what has happened to us. What do we now need to do? We need to restore into apartments in the same building. Into apartment, the same building. Can we do it unilaterally? Can we just put those and knock out a part of the building and say this is our own? Can we do it with consent, with negotiation? People say we cannot kill them, means Yoruba nation, declare it tomorrow. Other people are saying, can we negotiate so that we can bring back the apartments once again in the same building so that everybody can do what he likes in his own apartment in the same building? That to me, that is restructuring of the building. That we need to do. We need to do it by consent, by negotiation. Okay, if we achieve it, we now need to create our own apartment and make it a living space for our own worldview as Yorubas. What we have been doing in Apero in the last couple of weeks, we have been romanticizing. We have been saying, oh, if we have our own apartment, this is what we shall do there. This is how we used to do it before. We don't need to interfere with other people, but let us have our own apartment so that we can do our own thing the way we like it. We have been describing how it will be. So it's, to me, it's like giving statement of requirements to an architect. We have our own apartment. How do you want to build it? Architects will help you design your own living space the way you want it. You are not disturbing your neighbor, but you must agree with them. They do their own, you do your own. So we have been talking about how we want our apartment to look like. But when we are discussing it, we need to have architects in place. that will do detailed drawings of how our apartment will look like. I see that as blueprints, as constitution, plan for development for 5 years for our own region. And then the day we start, when we shall start construction of our own apartment, also within the same building. This is how I understand what we are to do. So we have listened to the two speakers today now. They've told us how our apartment used to be when we were on our own up to 1960, up to 1966. We have been living in dormitory since then. We are now craving for our own apartment once again so that we can apply calabash treatment to any leader that's not good for us. So the challenge we have therefore is that we have been talking. Can we now get to work about designing our space for the time when we shall flag off the construction of our own region out of Nigeria? That's my own undertaking. So I hope I've given a little light to what we are about. But let me follow the order of the people indicated hands. I see Mr. Akin want to talk, fine. But let's follow the order. Mr. Adeboye, Professor, can you come on?
Please, the time is
the
1 minute, sir. As short as possible, please.
I am set.
Short.
Yes. Thank you very much. Aku Apero. Ati petisile ati gbogbo ati gbo wala ta wa lenu e. So redesigning our space. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà dàbí pé ó so sí mi lẹ́nu, ó tún wá búyọ sí. Bí àwọn àgbà wa ti máa ń sọ láyé ìjọ́un nìyẹn. You see, the two ways are open to us. Let us continue to use our intelligence here and contribute to Nigeria and make Nigeria great so that Africa can also become great, according to Mandela. The other way is that, do we opt out completely and restructure ourselves and have a good living? I think these are the two options that I can gather from the two speakers. But the unfortunate thing is that of these options is already cut out by that 1999 constitution that tied our hands, that no matter how brilliant we are, we cannot contribute. The Fulanis have dominated us. The constitution made it so possible for them, and they don't want to bring it down. So if you say we want to say, our voices are not even heard any longer. The cabals are there and they are doing their thing. Whoever becomes president now, whether from Igbo land or Yoruba land, the Fulanis will still control them, whether that constitution that we have. So our hands are tied. My own option is that we should find a way of getting out of this union and develop our home. To do otherwise is to continue to waste time. We'll wait for another 4 years. In fact, it's going to be 8 years. Whoever becomes governor now will govern for another 8 years. And then our forest there will continue to be dominated by Fulanis and continue to massacre us every night and so on. There is a problem in our hands. So please, I have made my own shots. It is easy to know where I am going now because there are two options from the speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Ademola Aremu. Ademola Aremu, can you come on?
To unmute, yes, and my video should be on. Thank you very much. I am Oluwakemi Ademola Aremu. This is my contribution. I run an NGO. Madam, sorry. It is okay, sir. Aku Apero Ajuwaseo ní Ìbàdàn ni mo ń gbé. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé àwọn ọmọ tí ò lọ sí school, mo máa lọ sí abẹ́ bridge lórí wọn. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń ṣe campaign against àṣà, assault, suicide, homelessness and addiction. Nǹkan tá a rí ni pé wọ́n bá ti sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ fún àwọn èèyàn lówó, àwọn tí wọn ò lówó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, sábó náà tún kówó lọ. tá bá lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ní Sábó a rí pé èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan níbẹ̀ wọ́n ń bí ju 20 ọmọ lọ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn Yorùbá àwọn táwọn wà ní ọjà ọba gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn kò sí àǹfààní fún wọn táwọn èèyàn bá tún fẹ́ gbóúnjẹ wọn lọ fáwọn aláìní wọ́n á tún gba Sábó lọ in tó burú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé tí Ìgbò bá wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá oúnjẹ Ìgbò náà ń jẹ tí Haúsá bá wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá oúnjẹ Haúsá náà ń jẹ ó wá já sí pé tẹ́ bá lọ sọ́jà tẹ́ bá fẹ́ repo wọ́n á ní pé epo Yorùbá ó ń rùn wọ́n bá sọ pé kán tún ra àwọn nǹkan táwọn Yorùbá àwọn tòmátò Yorùbá wọ́n á sọ pé ó ti lómi jù. I am calling on the, there's a way restructuring will take place. So that way it will affect the mind of the people. Nǹkan tí mo rí ni pé ní last week a lọ sí public primary school. Àwọn ọmọ tó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ní pé ìwé ò yé àwọn. So from the field, I'm speaking from the field. Àwọn ọmọ tó wà nílé ìwé gan yàtọ̀ sáwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti ẹ̀sìn nílé ìwé rárá o. Wọ́n ṣe ń kọ́ wọn kò yé wọn ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo wọn kọ́ ní Yorùbá. I am saying if we strengthen the family, gbogbo àwa tá wà ní outside Nigeria, ká ronú bá ṣe lè strengthen ilé, ká ronú bí a ṣe lè dá iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ fún àdúgbò. I'm still saying that the public schools, wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀ báyìí o, gbogbo roof wọn ti já tán. There is nothing stopping us from strengthening the public facilities in our own region. Ká bá tiẹ̀ pín later, èmi rò agbára àdúrà ní ká tiẹ̀ lọ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ torí pé ibi tí nǹkan lè dé ń sìn, àwọn Yorùbá gan àrọ́wọ́mú tó bá ti mú yàn kan tán jí gbé lọ millions náà ń béèrè tó bá lọ sóko wọ́n ń pa wọ́n tí a bá lọ àwọn aláfíńṣe civil service wọ́n tún gba tax iye tax tó bá ń wọ̀n ló ń gbà lọ́wọ́ wa àwọn bàbá wa lóko wọn ò rí nǹkan tà torí wọ́n ń kó gbogbo èrè oko àwọn nurse wá sọ́dọ̀ wa nǹkan tó já sí ni pé a dàbí ẹrú Nàìjíríà báyìí.
For sure.
Ṣùgbọ́n if we strengthen our homes, tí àwọn ìyá wa tó bá tún tọ́jú ewúrẹ́ wọn, oko etílé, oko ẹ̀gàn, bá ṣe ń ṣe láyé àtijọ́, ó máa dáa fún wa bẹ́ẹ̀. Ká dẹ̀ kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gidi. Gbogbo poverty, the poverty drive has destroyed family bases in our land. Ní Ọ̀yọ́ State yìí, like I told you, I do NGO, and really benefit the sea. Wọ́n sọ fún wa pé wọ́n sọ fún mi tó rántí àwọn èèyàn kan sí mi mo dẹ̀ ní pé marriage mélòó gan lẹ̀ ń túká ní oṣù between January and April this year more than 250 homes marriages have been dissolved. Ìyẹn já sí pé gbogbo values wa a ti ń sọnù tá a bá máa build ìlú we must do something. Èmi fẹ́ràn orin tá à ń kọ fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yìí mo dẹ̀ ti pinnu pé a máa lọ kọ́ àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti raise another generation. Ká kọ́ wọn bó ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ni wọ́n dá ṣáká kí ọpọlọ kó lè go into argument those theories of freedom tó bá ti ń tí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá bá ti yé wa history wa á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Púpọ̀ ẹ ṣé púpọ̀
Thank you very much.
ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ Olúṣẹ́gun Oyèdòkun.
Yes sir ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ sir a kú ìpàdé àdúgbò. Nǹkan tí èmi sọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí tí a bá wò dáadáa àti pé gbogbo bá a ṣe ní àjẹ́ńdà tiwa tá a fẹ́ ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ yìí àwọn oníṣẹ́ ìdálè fún Nàìjíríà àwa làwa ń wò pé ká ṣe báyìí kí gbogbo ẹ̀ lè dáa àwọn ò bá wa ro gbogbo yẹn ní ọwọ́ tán wà ní ìsìn bí wọ́n ṣe máa borí gbogbo ẹ̀yà tó kù nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà kò náwó àfà ibi tí a dẹ̀ gbé dé ìta wà ní ìsìn nǹkan tó lè ká ṣe a ṣe máa rally round ilẹ̀ Yorùbá rí àṣẹra wa lọ́kọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ivu plan wọn nílé wọn lọ wọn àpérò yìí náà ṣùgbọ́n ibi tá a wà ní ìsìn yìí ó ju ọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn nǹkan tí a ń sọ ní ìsìn lọ tí a bá wò dáadáa pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pàápàá àwọn tá a bá wà ní Nàìjíríà ń bì a rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti kọjá nǹkan tá à ń sọ sà so mo fẹ́ kí wọ́n tún ọ̀rọ̀ yìí rò lórí àpérò tá a sọ yìí náà wọ́n gbé wá ká sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ restructuring náà tán ní wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mi rò bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe restructuring nísìnyí gan pé àwọn ready gan fún restructuring I don't think so they are ready for restructuring because they have made up their mind that they want to overrun everybody in this nation. So mo fẹ́ yẹ ká tún yẹn náà wò dáadáa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ wa sà.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Yes, sir.
Comrade Bayo Ogunleye.
Hello, sir.
Bayo Ogunleye. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can see.
Hello,
you.
sir.
Go ahead. Bayo
Yes,
Ogunleye.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Go ahead.
Very short.
Go ahead.
And I want to try, sir. I'm on, sir. Yes, sir. My contribution will be very, very short because I want to talk about the sacrifice the Yoruba nation have, actually.
Yeah, now talk now.
Network.
Giving to this country, Nigeria. And then how come that thing the other side? Okay. Oh, can you speak? Can you hear me, sir? Okay, sir. Like I was saying, I was talking. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'm talking about our governors. They are not representing us very well in the West. You see, they are not representing us very well. Our people have been losing. The Yoruba nation has been losing. You see, to Nigeria. If we start counting, we know what I've lost in the West towards to keep Nigeria nation as one. Right from the Civil War era to date, we are still losing. And then, I want this Apero to actually talk it and iron it out. Which way forward? You see, we shouldn't continue just, being on a spot without making a move. Recently, somebody came up, a person of Professor Banji, you see, and at the same time, somebody came up in person of Sunday, you see. So these people, they are agitators. They're agitating for a better nation called Yoruba nation. And then when the crisis came up, we saw how Sunday Egbe will be humiliated, you see. Not only humiliated in his own father's land, he was chasing up to the Republic of Benin, where he's being held over there. So there are a lot of things that this Apero should please look into. The number one is the security of our people here. The people abroad, they might not be feeling the heat the way we are feeling it down here. At the same time, and I wish this Apero will lead to a nation called the Yoruba nation. So let me just rest my case now because I don't know, maybe the network is still okay at that end. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
I'm a professor.
There's somebody called Alubin Galazi.
Kí àwọn tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀ kan mute interference ń wà àwọn tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀
please mute
kan bá mute please so that we can hear everybody well. Thank you.
Right. This is Bayo Alubin.
Alubin Galazi.
Bayo. I'm Bayo Alubin from Ibadan. My simple contribution is that for us to go the way we want, that the Yorubas will feel comfortable with, the present rulers, the Fulanis, must commit political suicide. How is that? How can we encourage that? Torí gbogbo bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí, Yorùbá ní máa ro tẹlòmíì kó tó ṣe tiẹ̀. Kò kan àwọn òró, wọ́n lè gbé fámílì wọn síbẹ̀ látọdún ìdọ́dún tó ń bọ̀, wọn ò ní wojú yín, kò sí tẹ́ ẹ lè sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn wa náà, bí Professor Sonaiya ṣe sọ, ọkàn àwọn èèyàn wa láti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjà yìí, ká kọ́kọ́ yí ọkàn wa padà. Tí mo tún wá fẹ́ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ni pé àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n wà lórí social media, ká máa bú gbogbo èèyàn nǹkan láàfin níbi tá à ń lọ ẹjọ́. A lè máa bú gbogbo àwọn tó dàgbà táwọn rí tí wọ́n fi ń ṣe tán ṣe àwọn mọ̀. Ntẹ́yìn rí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀yìn Thank you.
Olóòtú, mute, please.
Olóòtú.
Moderator, mute, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Okay.
Sir. Apero, sir.
No, please. Hold on. Mr. Adeniran Adeboye là ń pè sí ẹni sùúrù. Màá pè Adeniran Adeboye. Adeniran Adeboye là ń pè sí.
Dr. Adeboye is the chairman. He has closing remarks. Adeboye is the chairman. Ó máa ṣe closing remarks.
Okay, one raise one in. Okay, Agba Akin Lateef Adesegun.
Please, yeah.
I understand. Agba Akin Lateef Adesegun Adenekan. Adesegun Adenekan, are you there?
I'm here. Sekoni. Mo gbọ́.
Adesegun. Okay.
Mo gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó kọ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bí a ṣe débi tí a dé. But nǹkan tí mi rí ń bẹ̀ ni tó affect wa ó ní corruption fún àwọn leaders wa tí wọ́n bá jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn other ethnic groups bí Hausa ni bóyá Igbo ni. Because mi ò mọ̀ bó ṣe lajúlẹ̀ tí a fi dé ibi tá a dé. Èmi dẹ̀ gbọ́ pé wọ́n máa ń fowó sí wọn lápò ni. So that they don't go out to speak to the interest of the Yorubas. They speak for their interest and come out for them not to be acting. And to make the person on lapo, person go to the shimo, they become unproductive. So therefore, they can want leaders turning moral conscience to be able to lead us to the promised land. Could you go debate or think you want more? Come debate so because when I was growing up, my region was 3 regions: Lagos, Western, and Midwest. But when I see me, one for Northern region, ni 6, West, no money no Meta ene no shiwa, one lo fun Igbo, one for Meta. We are Western region. When leaders were on the Southwest, Southeast is gbogbo. Emi o gbonju mo ba Southeast or Southwest. I met Western region. What them back in the one them back there. That the Parawani Southwest. About Patrick to Madis. What them get Southwest. Wild West. Mangbong but more young. So yeah, do me go or my bad time go. So I won't take time. But Moderator only secondly, security. That security can't bring it down to the grassroots. But in America, Tamani security, ni local government, security, ni state level and federal level. For the Mambara Monshishe, I reduce you crime. Take the element move around Kakiri. So le move at you iná kan fún wọn níná tó máa fi generate nǹkan. So nǹkan tẹ́ ká ṣe gan nìyẹn, iná, omi, nice road networks láti bring ara wa. Finally, kí Yorùbá ní vision fún any Yorùbás tó bá ti gbébì kan ó lè vie for a position ní ibẹ̀ yẹn. Kò mátà wọ́n láti Ògùn ni ó wọ́n láti Ọ̀yọ́ ni tó bá ti gbébì kan káwa ní policy fúnra wa tó bá ọmọ tó lè ṣe ó ní ká máa yàn síbẹ̀. Not because I was born in Abeokuta. If I live my life in Ondo, I will not be able to run for anything. My wife useless. My rest case with me for another day. That's my little contribution.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Àwọn tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ máa fún wọn ní maybe 5 minutes to round up eventually. Mo rò pé wọ́n listen sí nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn sọ ní ojú afọ́nrán. The next person is Mr. Ogunkorode. Ogunkorode, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, sir. I'm sir.
Ẹ ṣé gan, ẹ kú ìpàdé. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń pèrò lórí ẹ̀ yìí kó bọ́ sí rere. Mo dẹ̀ sure pé ìpàdé tá à ń ṣe yìí kò ń ṣe pé a wá tanra wa jẹ. Philadelphia ni mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n mo máa ń wá sí Nàìjíríà dáadáa. Ìbá nǹkan tí mo rí ní Nàìjíríà lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí ni pé tá a bá múra kò ní sí nǹkan tó ń pè ní South West mọ́. Ìdí pàtàkì tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ìṣe tí àwọn ọmọ Fúlàní ṣe ń wá sí gbogbo ìlú wa ní South West uncontrolled, ó bàyàn lẹ́rù. Àwọn ọmọdé wọ̀nyẹn motorcycle náà wá ń gùn káàkiri tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀kadà. Tí ẹ bá ṣí abẹ́ ìjókòó bí tó ń jókòó sí, ẹ lè ṣe kẹ́ má rí AK-47 ń bẹ̀. Àwọn security agencies wa kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó ń ṣe láti ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì àwọn ọmọdé wọ̀nyẹn. Àti ẹ̀ máa jí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kan ni kò ní sí South West mọ́, because rate tó ń fi ń wọ ìlú kì í ṣe kékeré. So Professor Sonaiya presented a very good paper, but mo disagree pẹ̀lú conclusion wọn. Nǹkan táwọn ń sọ ni pé a lè kúrò ní Nàìjíríà báyìí. Tá a bá ti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà báyìí, ẹrú la máa ṣekú. Ìdí pàtàkì tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé àwọn ọmọ Fúlàní yẹn wọ́n ti rìn jìnnà. Àwa là ń lójú àánú, àwa là ń ní finance tá à ń sọ pé ó yẹ kí àwọn míì náà kàn lè gbádùn ilé. Àwọn yẹn ò ready o, wọn ò dẹ̀ kọkú. Agenda tiwọn ó dẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí ti gbogbo wa. Agenda wọn pé Nàìjíríà nílùú wọn yẹn, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ accomplish ẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ tí Buhari dẹ̀ wá ṣe gidi gan nìyẹn. As far as he is concerned, ó ti succeed. Because ọjọ́ kan ti rí pé wọ́n gba gbogbo South West ni. So suggestion mi ni pé number one, kí àwọn governors wa kàn look into their security. Kàn wo every nook and corner àwọn South West. Kàn rí àwọn tó gba gbogbo inú igbó wa. Mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ oko nílé o, mi ò lè lọ sóko yẹn mọ́ báyìí. Torí ní ọdún tó kọjá ní gbogbo oko tí mo ṣe, àwọn ọmọ mọ́là wọn yẹn wọ́n mú da màálù wọn síbẹ̀. Ìbọn dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ wọn, AK-47, mo ń láti sá ni o. Amòfin dẹ̀ ni mí, mo ń láti fẹjọ́ wọn sùn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Ṣùgbọ́n kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. So ká má tó wá sọ pé àwọn tó jẹ́ pé iṣẹ́ oko yẹn nìkan ló ń ṣe. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká bá àwọn governors wa sọ̀rọ̀. Ká dẹ̀ múra sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Nǹkan ṣoṣo tó lè gbà wá là nìyẹn. Ẹ ṣé, ẹ kú jókòó.
Thank you, sir. Time àkókò wa ti lọ gan-an. Àwọn yẹn dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. A ti lo wákàtí méjì àbọ̀ sí. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ parí ní 30 minutes time. Nǹkan tí àwọn kan bá ti sọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká má repeat here. Can we just one minute quickly. Dr. David.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi.
Back in quickly 1 minute.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi sà?
Mo ń gbọ́, à ń gbọ́ yín 1 minute.
Ẹ ṣé gan sà. Ṣé rí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ dúpẹ́ fún bàbá tó sọ̀rọ̀ láàsì yìí, Ọlọ́run á lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí wọn. Wọ́n sọ a lot of good points tí mi ò ní mẹ́nubà mọ́. Ṣé rí gbogbo àpérò wa tí à ń ṣe, Ọlọ́run àwọn tó ń mú idea ìwọ, Ọlọ́run á tún wà pẹ̀lú wọn. Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa fún wọn lọ́pọ́n. Àti gbogbo àwọn tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ á dáa fún gbogbo wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ń jẹ́ pé àpérò tó bá ṣe ń jẹ́ pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà láṣì ń ṣe à ń waste time ara wa ni. N tí mo fẹ́ ká mọ̀ àwọn major problem tá a ní, mò ń kọ́ ti gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ mi ni o, ó yẹ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ deep jù bọ̀ torí time tá a ní. Tá a ní ni pé we don't have unity. Àwọn kan wà wọn ò fẹ́ bá Afẹ́nifẹ́re ṣe, Yorùbá náà dẹ̀ ni wá. Àwa kan wà a fẹ́ bá Professor Akintoye ṣe, Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni gbogbo wa. Àwa kan wà a fẹ́ kí Gani Adams kó wà ń bẹ̀, níjọ́ wo la fẹ́ débi tá à ń lọ pẹ̀lú gbogbo irú àwọn ìwà báyìí a dẹ̀ sọ pé a fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ ju gbogbo eléyìí lọ nǹkan àwọn tó kù tó fi ń borí wa òun náà ní ọ̀rọ̀ unity yìí ẹnu Yorùbá ò tí ì kó ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ síbi tọ́wọ́ wà àwọn olórí wa a recognize wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ bá sọ tí ẹ̀ lẹ́yà ní òun fẹ́ kó gúrùpù tóun tí ọ̀rọ̀ tí òun bá sọ tí ò bá tí lágbájá ò bá tí ì gbà irọ́ instead ká fọ fira wa ṣoṣoṣo ọwọ́ ká kí gbogbo agree lórí ọ̀rọ̀ kan ká dẹ̀ move forward ìyẹn ló túbọ̀ ń jẹ́ kí àwọn Fúlàní máa bá wa jà wọ́n ti rí pé this is our weakness òun náà ń lò wọ́n á pe lágbájá mọ́ta bá ti rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ò wọ̀ wọ́n á fún ní bribe ìyẹn á wá gbàbọ̀dè fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó kù torí pé ẹnu wa ò kò anyway torí time mi ò fẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mi pọ̀ gan tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn point tí mo fẹ́ sọ wà but mi ò ní fẹ́ gbà wá lásìkò torí ọjọ́ mi.
adúpẹ́ Pastor Ọlábọ̀dé Adébáyọ̀ quickly.
Hello sir.
ẹ mọ̀ dàgbẹ́ ti skip mi sá.
Ọmọọba Adébáyọ̀ àbí.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ti fi kọ̀.
I'll come back to you.
Ṣé kí n máa sọ̀rọ̀ sá? Hello sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mo ní ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi ò pọ̀ ju wípé mo lè kó àpérò sá. Mo lọ́rọ̀ tèmi ò pọ̀ ju wípé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó àwọn èèyàn ti sọ èmi náà support. Torí ìntàwà ń rò kọ́ ni àwọn Fúlàní ń rò. Tàbá ìlú Èkó mo wà mo sì rí pé gbogbo àgbègbè ní ìlú Èkó yìí ni wọ́n ti gbà tán. So kó má jẹ́ pé a máa jí lọ́jọ́ kan lóòótọ́ tí nǹkan kan máa ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sá tí gbogbo ọkàn support wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ láti bí a ṣe lè gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kalẹ̀ ká lè ní nation tiwa. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi kò jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ kú àpérò sá.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ Ọmọọba Adébáyọ̀.
Káàsán sá o. Ṣé ẹ ń gbọ́ mi sá?
Ẹ kúrò lẹ́ à ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ ǹlẹ́ inú mi dùn pé mo tún darapọ̀ mọ́ ìpàdé ilé mi. Àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ mo fẹ́ pe àkíyèsí wa sí àwọn strategic things tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ that is even affecting our own ethnicity security, which we really need to pay a serious attention to. The first one, láti lè jẹ́ kó yé wa dáadáa, because Fulani Buhari tó wà ní government right now, the rest Fulani community all over Africa, they want to use Nigeria as their base, and I believe everybody knows that. But gbogbo bí àwọn ṣe ń take actions, àwa ò repel against those actions. Àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ń bẹ̀rù. For instance, ọmọbìnrin tí wọ́n pa ní Sokoto ní kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ tí wọ́n pa tán dáná sun lórí pé wọ́n ló sọ̀rọ̀ against Mohammed. That's number one. Number two, ìmí tún ṣẹlẹ̀ lÉkòó. Wọ́n náà pa ẹnìkan one engineer lórí ọ̀kadà lórí 100 naira. Number three, wọ́n lọ sí Ọ̀wọ̀, wọ́n lọ sínú church, wọ́n pa over 40 people, wọ́n dẹ̀ get a lot of people wounded. The following week or 2 weeks after, wọ́n conduct election in Ondo State, which is very wrong. Our people supposed to stand against any election with the killing that took place in Ọ̀wọ̀. Can't take it as an advantage, but there's not going to be any election here. And when you want to go, ìyẹn tún lọ nígbà tí wọ́n máa ṣe election tán the following week wọ́n ní wọ́n kidnap ọmọ wọn kan lÉkìtì. Àwọn èèyàn wa ò take actions nígbà tí wọ́n ti lè pa 40 people, a whole of 40 people ní inú church ẹyọ kan. Ìgbà yẹn ló ti káwọn èèyàn wa kan strike. But àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n bẹ̀rù ṣe rí ẹ̀rù tí wọ́n ń bà yẹn ní tó fẹ́ kó bá wa nìyẹn, because the more they are doing this thing, they continue penetrating into our own community. Now gbogbo inú àwọn inú igbó ni wọ́n náà ti wà right now. As of yesterday, wọ́n ní sójà ó gba gbogbo oògùn tí Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tí kan náà Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó kó dání, wọ́n ní sójà gbà. Nígbà tí wọ́n create Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tí wọ́n lọ májà Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn mọ́ sójà àti ọlọ́pàá Nigerian government. These are our enemies. We are not supposed to agree to that kind of a term. láti jẹ́ kí wọ́n má jà àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn wa mọ́ ọlọ́pàá àti sójà. And they did that strategically so that tí àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tán bá mú àwọn Fúlàní ọ̀kan so that wọn ò ní pa wọ́n wá fún wọn ní ìjọba Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́. máa random nísìnyí sir. So nígbà tí incident yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àná, I called one of the àmọ̀tẹ́kùn people. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún wọn ní ó ní limit kan tán lè ṣe. Mo níbi tẹ́ ti ṣí nìyẹn o. The best thing that lè ṣe right now is to create another security forces underground. Any Fulani tí wọ́n bá ti rí lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn kàn máa clear wọn ni. Wọ́n ti gba ilẹ̀ wa. Ẹ má ká waste time. Wọ́n ti gba ilẹ̀ wa. I will conclude right here.
Thank you, sir. Toba building community. I don't know what that. Toba building community. Ma pe yin Kafilat. I'll call you Kafilat. Toba building community.
Hey, just sir,
1 minute.
Foríjì mi, sir. Mo miss one key point. Ní as I jet lọ́jọ́ on the 30th. Wọ́n ti lọ kó gbogbo àwọn pictures in northern part of Nigeria. Àwọn landmark wọn. Wọ́n ti lọ set ẹ̀ sínú Tinubu Square. That is to tell us pé wọ́n ti gba Èkó mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. And wọ́n ti máa mount àwọn èèyàn síbẹ̀ tó máa show àwọn tó máa lọ remove kíní yẹn. So
I saw it.
We got to talk on that as well.
I saw it too.
Hello.
Okay, it's a point. I saw it too. Tinubu Square. Toba building community.
Yes, ẹ ṣeun o. Oki gbogbo wa kú àpérò.
Quickly, 1 minute, sir.
Mo ti ń gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ. Mo kàn wò pé àwọn nǹkan kan wà. Bóyá kò yé mi ni, bóyá òye tí a dẹ̀ fi gbé bí a ṣe gbé kalẹ̀ ló fà á. Nígbà tí mo wo nǹkan tí Professor Sonaiya sọ, tí mo gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ, and then conclusion wọn, ó jẹ́ kí n ní àwọn ìbéèrè méjì. Èkíní, fún àwọn tó gbé àpérò sílẹ̀, ṣé kí ni motive àpérò yìí? Is it to develop Yoruba nation or to establish Yoruba nation? Tó bá jẹ́ to develop Yoruba nation, definitely èèyàn á sọ pé ó ṣeé ṣe ní Nigerian space. But tó bá jẹ́ pé to establish a Yoruba nation, then èèyàn á máa ro bí ìdádúró wa á ṣe jẹ́. So ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹlẹ́kejì, fún àwọn discussants wa, pẹ̀lú gbogbo bí wọ́n ṣe gbé èrò kalẹ̀, tí bá wo bí labalábá ṣe ń dàgbà, ó ní stages 4 tó pín sí. Ìkan nígbà tá yé ẹyin, ìkan nígbà tá ń pè ní caterpillar, tó jẹ́ pé totally different from nǹkan tí labalábá máa jẹ́ later. Ìgbà kan wà tá sọ pé wà ní pupa stage, tó jẹ́ pé ńgbà yẹn ó wà nínú cocoon tí ò tiẹ̀ lè rí ayé kó tó wá di labalábá. So from àwọn tí a pè lónìí tó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, tó bá fẹ́ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá or Yorùbá nation, stage wọn ni wọ́n fi pé a wà nínú ẹ̀, tí wọ́n fi prepare message tí wọ́n gbé fún wa lónìí. Torí pé mo ń gbọ́ wọn ní àwọn Fúlàní. Màá round up just 30 seconds, ẹ má bínú. Àwọn tó kàn sọ pé àwọn Fúlàní, pé Fúlàní sínú àpérò yìí. Mi ì rò pé ẹnìkankan àwọn tó máa ń pariwo Fúlàní, mi ì rò pé ẹnìkankan wà tí wọ́n pè sípàdé wọn rí. Why tá a ṣe concentrate lórí nǹkan tí àwa fúnra wa fẹ́ rather than nǹkan táwọn kan ń ṣe. So àsọdùn máa ń pọ̀ jù náà ọ̀rọ̀ wa. Òun ló fi dàbí pé a kàn ń sọ àdẹ̀ ní ibi tá a máa parí ẹ̀ sí. So tí àwọn èèyàn bá lè bá mi dáhùn ìbéèrè méjì yẹn, ẹ ṣeun.
Professor, àti note question yẹn wá dáhùn gbàtà bá ń summarize. Kafilat, Aunty Kafilat Olóyèdé.
Ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́ o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò pọ̀, ẹ dákun, àwọn àkíyèsí kan ni mo fẹ́ pè wá sí. Àwọn ẹ̀yà yòókù, wọ́n ní àwọn bí wọ́n ṣe ń disseminate information sí ara wọn, tó jẹ́ pé àtọmọdé wọn àtàgbà wọn ní latest information about anything lọ́wọ́. Àwọn ẹ̀yà yòókù, wọ́n educate àwọn ọmọ wọn nípa other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Àwọn ọmọ tiwa ò tiẹ̀ ní awareness, they are so unknowledgeable about ethnic relations in Nigeria. Kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ wo la ó gbé tó fi jẹ́ pé àwa náà ó lè ní ẹgbẹẹgbẹ́ tí information ó fi máa trickle down? Àwa lucky nísìn, elite can get information in fora like this. But àwọn ìyálọ́jà, àwọn onímọ́tò, àwọn oríṣiríṣi cadres yòókù below us, báwo ni information ṣe fẹ́ tó wọn nípa ìgbésẹ̀ yóò mú ìlọsíwájú bá agitation Yorùbá? Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tó fi jẹ́ pé bring everybody in? Tèmi nǹkan tó fẹ́ pè wá ṣàkíyèsí nìyẹn o, bí information dissemination tí ó fi dé ọ̀dọ̀ every Yorùbá person. Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ambassador Tokunbo Lijadu Oyemade, 1 minute. Our time is fast spent, and people are still want to talk.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. First of all,
Ambassador,
contributors and the organizers of this sitting. But you see, Kini, this Yoruba self-determination movement to emancipate Yoruba land has been ongoing for a while, and we know what the challenges are. But at the point that we're right now, my own opinion is that security is paramount. And there's need for a sitting like yours. This body has been together since 1994. I think there's a need for you to help bring together. This is what I've been preaching among them all this while. So I want you cooperation, collaboration. We're not speaking with one voice. So when Bas spoke earlier, he spoke about issue and they're coming together and all that. We need to come together because where we are now is the state of security, not of fighting, but continuous prevention of killings in Yoruba land. We need to come together. One group can do. Please, but those Yoruba groups, I will not share security. They can do it individually. You're going to ask for money from the same Yoruba people. Why don't you come together as one? Have your strategy. Let every group have responsibility, and maybe even put groups in charge of different states, so that if you are Egbe, they are compromised already. Groups of security, emancipation of Yoruba land. For maybe 2 groups of states, 2 groups of Ogun and Lagos, and so on like that. We need to strategize when it comes to security. Otherwise, like many people said before me, we will turn around and we'll see no Yoruba land anymore. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I don't know, I have a suggestion for all the people who want to come. Is it possible for you to write your opinion on 1 page and send to Secretariat? It's more productive for the
You mean me?
No, I'm talking of everybody who have been talking since. We cannot take everybody who are syndicated. No, we cannot take everybody who are syndicated. It's possible for you to, for many people on this panel, on this forum, to send email to the organizers. Hello.
Okay, can we have the email address?
Please mute yourself.
Hello.
We have seen many, and I will post the email address. We put the email address on the platform. Family, can you please give us the? No, please don't talk. Don't talk. Nobody. Yes. I have not called anybody. I'm not calling anybody.
Yes, I will. Not called
anybody, please. Can Dr. Family put email address or people can send contribution? The rapporteur team will put ideas to.
Yes, I will, sir.
Together.
I'm putting it on the
platform
now.
And it's more productive that way. So can I just take one? Let me just take one more. Professor G.B. Ayola, can you talk quickly for 1 minute?
Mo dúpẹ́ o.
Ayola.
Yes. Gbólóhùn méjì náà ni mo ní. Èkíní ó dá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ strategy tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún àwọn ẹni ará bí jùlọ ó ní population. Ṣé rí rate tí wọ́n fi ń bímọ lókè ọya unless tí a bá ní counter strategy ní ọjọ́ iwájú nígbà láti gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá sílẹ̀ yóò ṣe kò ní jẹ́ n tó lè ṣeé ṣe. Èkejì tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ni pé accountability a ò ní ẹni tá à ń jábọ̀ fún. Kí ló fà tírú ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá báyìí tí a lè put accountability mechanism fún àwọn tó ti dipò mú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá jàǹkànjàǹkàn kí wọ́n máa jábọ̀ fún wa ká lè máa tọ́ wọn sọ́nà ká sì lè máa dá sí ìjọba wọn, àwọn gómìnà, àwọn mínísítà, gbogbo wọn tó ń fẹsẹ̀ kọ tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn torí pé kò sí olùbádámọ̀ràn ni ó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀. So ó yẹ ká put up accountability mechanism fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń dá sí ètò ìjọba. Thank you very much.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Lórúkọ àwọn tí ó gbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa tí a ti nífẹ̀ẹ́ láti sọ̀rọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n àkókò wa ti lọ gan-an, a gbọ́dọ̀ tún dá lágara. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fún Professor Sonaiya ní ìṣẹ́jú 5 láti summarize and respond to the questions, and then Professor Sekoni to respond briefly 5 minutes too, so that we can round up. Professor Sonaiya, are you there? Professor Sonaiya, are you there? Professor Sekoni, are you there?
I think Professor Chileko.
We have stopped contributions because time is against us. We want the 2 panelists to round up 5 minutes.
Yoruba ní àwọn panelists wa mọ́ níbí.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
Chairman.
On the chat box, there are email addresses. There are email addresses. People feel strong about issues can send email 1 page or more about ideas so that we can collate and synthesize eventually. I'd like to appreciate all contributors, appreciate all panelists. I hand over to the chairman to give us closing remarks, and then Professor Badigeshi.
We can't see the email. Where do we locate the email address?
The email is on the.
It's on the chat. It's on the chat box.
It's on the chat box.
Okay.
Our chairman should give closing remarks. Closing remark by the chairman.
On mute.
Okay. Ṣé gbọ́ mi báyìí? Hello.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, à ń gbọ́ yín, sir.
Okay, ẹ ṣeun.
À ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Sir.
Mo dúpẹ́ fún ààyè tí ẹ gbà mí láti ṣe alága. Ìgbà tí mo nawọ́ mi láti béèrè ọ̀rọ̀, ẹni tí mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ni Professor Sekoni. Bóyá wọ́n rántí pé ní May 1999 kí tí Ọbásanjọ́ gbàjọba, èmi ẹ̀ lájọ wà ní Voice of America tí wọ́n broadcast ẹ̀ sí West Africa tá à ń sọ pé báwo ni ẹ ṣe lè gbéjọba fún new president tí gbogbo ayé ò tí mọ constitution tí wọ́n máa lò. Ọgbọ́n tí wọ́n ń tàǹgbà yẹn ló wáyé dì sí. Ìgbà tínú wa dùn tá a gba tí wọ́n gbéjọba lé wa lọ́wọ́ ọmọ wa ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe Olúfàlàyé àti Olúṣẹ́gun Ọbásanjọ́, ìkòsí tó wọlé nù wọn tí sọmọ wa ṣáàjì àṣekáṣe kálù lọ kánjúkánjú. Ìgbà tá a ṣe ń kánjúkánjú tá a mọ òfin tí àwọn ará bíi ti lọ gbé kalẹ̀. Ìgbà tó fi yẹn dé, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Wọ́n ní èèyàn nínú National Assembly jù wá lọ ju gbogbo àwa ìlú. Kò sí nǹkan tá a lè, kò sérò tá a lè pa National Assembly ló máa make a decision. O ò dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ ẹ lè lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn kẹ́ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ restructure. Ẹ lè lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn kẹ́ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe anything torí wọ́n ti pa wọ́n ti dé. So tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìsìn ni pé àwọn èèyàn tó sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí wọ́n ti pín ọ̀rọ̀ wa sọ́nà méjì. Ká má tanra wa jẹ. ṣé a máa lé restructuring lọ ní o ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èrò pé bàbá ń lé yẹn lọ àní rí a kàn gbéra wá sínú kòtò tí ọmọ dì lọ sí lójoojúmọ́ ni àbí a sọ pé orílẹ̀-èdè nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà òjò tó rọ̀ ló kẹ́yẹlé pọ̀ má díẹ̀ Nigeria or natural is not a nation. Nation and natural have the same Latin root. Yoruba nation, as opposed to Nigeria country, ó yẹ ká máa kọ́ra wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé Ọlọ́run ló dá Yoruba nation. Lugard ló dá Nigerian country. Ṣé Ọlọ́run wà dá tó ti Lugard ni? Tí ìyá òfin máa jọmọ Yorùbá lójoojúmọ́ lálẹ́ láàárọ̀ tí wọ́n ń pa wá bí ẹran tí wọ́n ṣe pé ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ àṣẹ báyìí ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ àṣẹ báyìí wọ́n ní fool me once shame on you fool me twice shame on me ibi táwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn Yorùbá dúró ní sí nìyẹn. So mo fẹ́ kí Apero sọ pé ibi táwọn fẹ́ lọ rèé àbí táwọn fẹ́ lọ rèé wọ́n fẹ́ kọ́ ọgbọ́n lọ́dọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá sí ìpàdé pé kílẹ̀ ń rò a sì ti gbọ́. Nǹkan tẹ́mi kan rò ni pé accountability tí ẹnìkan sọ àfarawé àlè farawé bí ó ṣe wà bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìnyí àwọn Fúlàní àti Haúsá àti gbogbo Mùsùlùmí Northern Region wọ́n lẹ́ni tí wọ́n accountable sí the Sultan of Sokoto nílò ẹ̀lẹ́ Yorùbá tá a bá máa create accountability ọgbọ́n la máa dá sí tó ráwọ̀ ò ní nǹkan tó wà based upon spirituality àti sọ̀yẹ́nu so ó yẹ ká ronú jinlẹ̀ káwọn èèyàn wa tó bá dẹ̀ jọ́rọ̀ defense là ń sọ yìí o wọ́n ti gba Nigerian Army wọ́n ti gba Nigerian Police wọ́n ti gba Nigerian Air Force wọ́n ti gba Nigerian Navy wọ́n ti gba gbogbo ẹ̀ so wàhálà tó dé bá wa pọ̀ wàhálà yẹn dẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé sùúrù àtọgbọ́n la fi pa ìrù abẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n sùúrù ò sí mẹ́mọ́ nísìnyí a gbọ́dọ̀ kánjú ká fi ọgbọ́n wa ṣáájú sùúrù ká tètè mọ bá ṣe yọ kúrò ní wàhálà tá a wà yìí ṣé tá a bá fẹ́ yọ ń bẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tí lè wà ń bẹ̀ èmi ò sọ pé kò lè sí ń bẹ̀ o ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó bá tanra rẹ̀ ó ní òòṣà òkè tàn ẹ ṣeun.
ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu alága nìyẹn adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín sà ó kù closing remark pẹ̀lú látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn professor Gbadé.
ẹ ṣe alága ti òní ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Adeniran Adeboye Akin ẹ kú atótónu Akin olùtọ́sọ́nà wa lónìí Moderator Dr. Akin Fapohunda ẹ kú iṣẹ́ gbogbo eléyìí tẹ́ ti ń ṣe láti ọjọ́ yìí wá pé kí a lè mọ ibi tá à ń lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá mo gbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run yóò jẹ́ kí ó yọrí sí rere kò ní rẹ̀ yín o. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùsọ̀rọ̀ wa lónìí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Remi Sonaiya àti ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Ropo Sekoni. Ẹ kú jíjẹ́ wa ẹ kú kíkọ́ wa àlùwẹ́ Ọlọ́run aláàánú yóò gbé wa lé ọwọ́ sókè yóò gbé wa ní orí sókè. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ bá wa sọ la gbọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìgbìmọ̀ àpérò àti àwọn olùsọ̀rọ̀ wa lónìí àtàwọn tó dá sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ láti ní àkọsílẹ̀ rẹ̀ ní báyìí mo sì mọ̀ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ni a ó gbé yẹ̀wò bí a ṣe ń ṣe láti ọjọ́ yìí wá. Kí Ọlọ́run kí ó fún wa ní àṣeyọrí. Ìbéèrè tó wáyé nípa kí ni àpérò wà fún mo rò pé a ti ṣe àlàyé yìí láì níye ìgbà àpérò wà fún ìdàgbàsókè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Báwo la ṣe ṣe tílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí ó fi gbérí? Báwo la ṣe ṣe táwọn èèyàn wa yóò fi rí jẹ rí mu? Báwo la ṣe ṣe tí ààbò ìlú tí ò fi ní yẹ̀gẹ̀rẹ̀? Báwo la ṣe ṣe tí àwọn ajínipa ò fi ní rí wa jí pa? Báwo la ṣe ṣe tí àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọn ò fi ní jó àjórẹ̀yìn nípa ẹ̀kọ́? Nǹkan tí àpérò wà fún nìyí. Now, mo ṣe sọ ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ mi ní òní, àpérò kò lòdì sí Yorùbá nation. Àpérò kò lòdì sí Yorùbá nation. Mo fẹ́ kí a mọ̀ yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan dandan ni a ó jẹ kájá tá a fẹ́ yan kó tó gbẹ. Àwọn èèyàn ńlá làṣí báyìí. A ní ètò lórí gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti ń sọ yìí láti ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò nǹkan tá a lè ṣe tí àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń lálàṣí tí ìrọ̀rùn ó fi dé bá wọn, bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà náà nìrọ̀rùn yẹn ó dé. Àwọn kan ń sọ pé ìrọ̀rùn ò lè dé nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Èmi ò gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ò gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. Nítorí pé ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà láti gbé ṣe rere. Mi ò sọ pé a fẹ́ kílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ó máa tẹ̀síwájú nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan ń ṣe iṣẹ́ ribiribi ń sìn. Níbi tí èmi ti wá, wọ́n lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́, àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké, wọ́n lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ní Kúta tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Ìwó. Ní ọdún mẹ́wàá sẹ́yìn, gàárì factory tó wà ní Kúta, bóyá ó jẹ́ 10. Lọ́dún yìí báyìí ó ti ń lọ bí 50. Àwọn èèyàn ló ń jẹ ló ń mu níbẹ̀, níbi gàárì factory tí wọ́n ń ṣe káàkiri. Àwọn èèyàn mi níbi tèmi lókè o, wọ́n ti lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ níbẹ̀ tí a sì ń fẹ́ sponsor wọn pé káwọn náà lè máa ṣerú yẹn. Ara nǹkan kéékèèké tá a lè máa ṣe. Ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ò sọ pé a lè ṣe yẹn lákòókò yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n a mọ̀ pé nǹkan le. A sì mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa Yorùbá nation ni yóò jẹ́ olùgbàlà. Ọlọ́run aláàánú yóò fún wa ṣe. A ó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí nǹkan tí a fẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ bíbí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹnìkan ò lè dá a ṣe, àpérò ò lè dá a ṣe. Torí ẹ̀ la fi gbé kalẹ̀ pé ìsúwá ògiri wo, ohun tá a bá jọ wò, gígùn ni wọ́n ló ń gún. So ní ọjọ́ 23 oṣù yìí, July 23rd, àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n ó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí what political pathway for Yoruba nation going forward. Professor Wale Adeniran yóò wà nínú àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Barrister Aderemi Lẹ́kàn Ọmọjọlá ó wà nínú àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Mọ́gàjí Adeboye Adéjùmọ̀ olóyè ó wà nínú àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Mr. Ọláyẹmí Afọlábí ó wà nínú àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Mr. Àṣeyẹ Oyèlẹ́yẹ Down Commission DG ó wà nínú àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Lọ́jọ́ yìí, ọ̀rọ̀ tá ó sọ ni pé níbo la fẹ́ odò wo la fẹ́ dọ̀rùn la wá sí. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ètò lónìí, mo nírètí pé ẹ lè bá wa pé ní 23rd of July. A ò ní ṣe àpérò níjọ́ mẹ́jọ. Iléyá ni gbogbo wa ó ṣe lágbára Olódùmarè. Ọdún òsìkò yóò yàbò fún gbogbo wa. So next Saturday, 9th of July, kò ní sí àpérò. Àpérò tún di July 16 lágbára Ọlọ́run. A sì tún wá tẹ̀síwájú nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn kòkòrò ajẹnirun tó ti wọ orílẹ̀-èdè wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àti àwọn obìnrin ńlá ó sọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn. A ti ní àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn, ìyẹn ọjọ́ 15. Ms. Sùnbọ̀ Ládípọ̀ àti Mr. Àmùdá Adéjàre wọ́n wà lórí àwọn tí ó bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Then lórí security, à ń ṣe ètò bí mo ṣe sọ ní August láṣẹ ọ̀rọ̀ security, but again mo fẹ́ tẹnumọ́ pé gbogbo aṣọ security wa kọ́ la sá lóòrùn. Ọlọ́run aláàánú kó bá wa gbàkóso. Màá dánu dúró báyìí, màá wá pé onímọ̀ òṣègùn Dúró Jayé Akíndùtirẹ̀ tí í ṣe ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá kó bá wa lu gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn tó bá wa pé lónìí, kó bá wa lù wọ́n ní ọ̀gọ ẹnu.
Ẹ ṣé Professor Gbádégẹ, ṣé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Ẹ ti dárúkọ gbogbo àwọn tí màá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín pátápátá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ pè wọlé, tẹ́ wá bá wa darapọ̀ láti ṣe àpérò tòní àti ní ọjọ́ gbogbo. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Dr. Fapohunda, thank you so much. Being a great resource for us. Pàápàá mo ti ẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Gbádégẹṣin fún ara ẹ̀. A pè yín, ẹ dá wa lóhùn. Yorùbá pè yín, ẹ dá wọn lóhùn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ̀yin gbogbo ààrẹ tó wà níbí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá tó wà níbí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ̀yin speakers wa, mi ò mọ nǹkan tí mo tún lè sọ. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan ni. Professor Sekoni àti Professor Sonaiya, ẹjọ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni o. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gidigidi o. Ẹgbẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Bàbá wa Adeboye, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan ni. Ìgbàkúgbà tá a bá ń pè yín, ẹ máa ń jẹ́ wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí ṣe àkíyèsí ọ̀rọ̀ kan tẹ́ ẹ sọ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Lóòótọ́ wọ́n ní gbogbo aṣọ kọ́ mo rò pé ṣe ló yẹ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìsìn. Torí pé ẹ sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí ó ṣe mí ní kàyéfì. Mi ò rò pé ẹ gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó di pé ẹ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Nǹkan tí màá kàn sọ fún yín ni pé èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan, Akíndùtirẹ̀ Dúró Jayé, tí mo bá pè yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan, tí mo pè yín lẹ́ẹ̀kejì, tẹ́ ẹ̀ dá mi lóhùn, tí mo bá ránṣẹ́ sí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kẹta, tẹ́ ẹ̀ dá mi lóhùn, mi ò pè yín mọ́. Ẹ wo gbogbo ìgbà tèmi ti ń pè yín, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń dáhùn. Ẹ̀yin lẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Ẹ wo gbogbo ìgbà tí mo ti ń pè yín, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń dá mi lóhùn, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń dá wa lóhùn. Ǹjẹ́ mo ṣàìfìgbà kan sọ pé ká má pè yín? Wọ́n á pè yín náà, because bá ti pè yín, ẹ máa ń gbé wa gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́ ni. And that is what we want. Kò sí mi lájọ àjọ òdùn. Kò sí mi lájọ àjọ òdùn. Ó ṣe o. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, à á sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìsìn. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan ni. Mo ń sọ eléyìí fún àkọọ́lẹ̀ wa ni. Mo ń sọ eléyìí fún àkọọ́lẹ̀ wa. Kì í ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá a rí bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí náà ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Again, màá tún padà lọ. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, àpérò kì í ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Lóòótọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ló gbé lẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo èèyàn ló embrace ẹ̀. Gbogbo èèyàn ló embrace ẹ̀. Gbogbo wa tá a wà ń bí la embrace ẹ̀. A pè àwọn association sí, a pè many people sí. So ẹ má rí as bóyá wọ́n dá nìkan ṣe. Then gbogbo ìgbà tá a ń sọ̀rọ̀ unity. Tí unity bá wà, nǹkan tá a ń pè lápérò lélẹ́yìí, nǹkan tá a fẹ́ forge náà nìyẹn. Nǹkan tá a ń pè ní àpérò lélẹ́yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa jọ sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ sọ. Ẹ má kàn fà mí pé kí n wá lọ síbi báyìí. Bí mi ò tiẹ̀ kàwé, mo ní ọpọlọ inú náà. Don't just call me and pull me there. Nǹkan tó yẹ àpérò wà fún nìyẹn o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá wa ti sọ, a ti pè yín sí àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àpérò, a dẹ̀ tún máa pè yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Thank you so much.
Inú mi dùn pé mo jẹ́ Yorùbá. Inú mi dùn pé mo jẹ́ Yorùbá.
ọ̀rẹ́ mọ ọ̀rẹ́ wá. Congratulations, ọ̀rẹ́ mọ ọ̀rẹ́ wá. Ẹ sọ fún iṣọ́.
Hello. Thank you. Ọ̀rẹ́ mọ ọ̀rẹ́ wá o.
Irọ́ ni wọ́n pa Yorùbá òde parun.
Èké ni wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá òde parun. Àtẹ̀wọ́ lágbára àwọn ẹni tó kọ́. Ẹ bá ń sọ fún wọn
Yorùbá òde parun. Yorùbá ò ní parun.
Irọ́ ni pa.
Ààrẹ bọ́lú ẹ̀lẹ́ o.
Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ o.
Ààrẹ elétò olùkọ́ ẹ ṣe gan.
Ààrẹ Mohammed ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ o.
Congratulations.
Egbe. Thank you so much.
Ẹ ṣé o. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wá o.
Bàbá wa ẹ ṣé o.
Dr. Fapohunda, ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Dr.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Fapohunda.
Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ sà.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o.
Dr. Bámúyídé já
sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ sà.
Yes, sir. Wàá pè yín ẹ̀gbọ́n.
Fọlágbọ́lá.
Dr. Dúró Jayé ẹ má jókòó.
Yes, sir.
Ayọ̀lá rẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun, sir.
Ẹ kúṣẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta.
Onírẹ̀yìn lórí ìdúró. Káàdà ni kẹ̀dúró Jayé, ẹ má lọ jókòó.
Mo gbọ́ ọ̀gá tẹ̀ sọ ẹ̀ka ló voice.
Ẹ kú ètò ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà.
Àwa nìyẹn. Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé o. All right.
Okay o. Ọjọ́ mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún lágbára Olúwa o.
Báwo ni
Dr. Oyemade ẹ kú pàdé o. Ẹ ṣe ẹ kú dìde o.
Mo ń ṣe dáadáa.
Ẹ kú pàdé ní o.
Ẹ ṣé o. Was nice.
Adúpẹ́ pé iná wà ń bà ní o.
Ẹ ṣe ẹ kú dìde o.
Kò máa sí. Máa lo sólà ni.
Ẹ ṣé o, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Máa dúpẹ́ náà.
Akúpàdé o, God bless you all. Thank you very much. Yorùbá ò ní parun.
Asis Mohammed ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn o.
Ẹ ṣé
o, ẹ̀gbọ́n yín tẹ gbàgbé sí Baltimore o.
Ẹ má bínú.
Ẹ ṣé wa.
Òkè bínú jẹ́ àrítọ̀ ọ̀hún ẹ má bínú sá.
Gbẹ̀ngà Òṣìnáwọ̀ ó ṣé o.
A máa ríra lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmì o.
N bá wá sí Baltimore máa pè yín. Ẹ bá lè fi nọ́mbà yìí tẹ́ máa pè yín. Ọ̀kẹ́ fún Dr. Adeboye. Máa tó ní nọ́mbà wọn.
Ó wà lọ́wọ́ Dípọ̀ Ògúnrìndé.
Ẹ má gbàgbé convention wa o. Ẹ má gbàgbé convention ọmọ Yorùbá Atlanta o. So ẹ bá mi ṣe Dr. Adeboye.
Aláàjì Lasis.
Nọ́mbà wọn bá wá sí máa pè wọ́n. Yes sir.
Máa fi nọ́mbà yẹn ránṣẹ́ sí.
Máa pè yín sà, mo fẹ́ wá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn very soon.
Professor Adeboye.
Ẹ bá mi fún wọn. Mo fẹ́ wá síbẹ̀ torí kọ̀ọ̀kan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe lọ́hùn. Tí n bá dọ̀hùn máa pè yín. Ọlọ́run bá dẹ̀ gbà mo lè wá bẹ̀ yín wò.
Ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀.
Mo lè wá bẹ̀ yín wò lágbọ́ Ọlọ́run. Lágbọ́ Ọlọ́run. Màá tà kí n wá bẹ̀ yín wò. mo fẹ́ wá sí àbẹ̀yẹn not too just pé I mean ní sọ exact time but very soon ọ̀rọ̀ security là ń sọ mi náà fẹ́ ṣe security l'Amẹ́ríkà mo fẹ́ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ security l'Amẹ́ríkà.
láti àṣìṣ mo ti sẹ́sẹ̀ sí.
a ṣe é ṣe fún wa.
mo ti sẹ́sẹ̀ sí.
ẹ ṣe jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ ṣe ti Nàìjíríà rẹ̀
mo ti sẹ́sẹ̀ sí.
Yorùbá land.
mi ò ní Nàìjíríà Yorùbá ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lè mi wà Nàìjíríà is there to me. Yorùbá land bẹ́ẹ̀ ni jẹ́ sir.
mo ní ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ ṣe yẹn náà.
As far as I'm concerned yeah I'm òṣèlú báyìí láwà bá fẹ́ travel okay ó ti sọ ọdún wa that's good.
Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wá fún ilẹ̀ ìbí wa kàgbéga 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 fàyè rí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́.
ẹ ṣe wọn ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ìyá wa ẹ kú iṣẹ́ òjò àgbè wa o.
àmì o ẹ ṣé o.
Dr. Famide.
Yes, sir.
I'm still expecting my document.
You are getting it tonight, sir.
Okay. Dr. Famide, ẹ ṣeun.
Yes, sir. Bàbá mi Adeboye ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ o.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Ẹ pàtó tó nu o, ẹ pẹ́ fún wa.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Honorable Asisi, ẹ kú òjò wọn.
Thank you very much, sir.
President Ogunmola Lasisi Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Ẹ tẹ́ fi ṣáájú ẹ̀ ó ga o. Ó ga o. Orúkọ gan fádà.
Professor Adeboye, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa fà wọ́n tó kù sí.